Good.
What up, everybody? Oh,
I was going to mess it up just because you always talk first.
do your thing.
We are live.
John's happy. Okay, we can go now. What's up, guys? Dave here, Fight Bananas. My compadre, the winning cornerman of a UFC fighter now. Yeah, that's that gear. John Raffer, the professor.
Walk-off knockout by Mike Beast Boy Davis.
Wow. We'll get into that. Two guests live in the studio. I love live in the studio. Matt Ferraiolo. Ferraiolo. Damn it. I've been practicing so much.
We're live and in person.
No, you ready?
We've been out here for 20 minutes and you didn't ask?
That name
Nikki Alberigi.
Ooh, good job.
I'm telling you, we've been working on that. We've been working on that. In Vegas, I call you in Vegas, and you're like, it's Al, and then Brr. Yeah, we did it.
You got it.
So talking about that, we'll get right into it. And John, you know every single show, every episode, I got notes and records and everything. Oh, you're using the Fusion CBD products to hold the microphone. I like it. God, that is nice.
Hey, if we start looking at that, talk about something, it's because we're going to watch.
Oh, no.
Oh, there you go.
We're going to watch the PFL playoffs with you while you guys watch.
Use that black thing. Yeah, use that thing.
If you guys notice my T-shirt, it's Alex
What?
Barton Nicholson.
That's what's
He
up.
is going to be fighting on PFL October 31st, and he will be bringing home that win and all that money. We're super excited to see him feast.
He's 3 fights away from $1 million. Three fights away from $1 million.
Yep, and he's selling these T-shirts. So if you'd like a T-shirt like me, go ahead and DM me or go ahead and DM Alex, and we'll set you up with one.
Awesome.
There you go.
Don't know how to work my phone over here. Don't know how to work it.
But, okay, so the first kind of funny story is, for one, I just wanted to be so random, fun. Let's talk about anything in the world, comic books, movies, shows, anything. MMA, of course, right? But talking in Vegas a couple times, nice shirt, Combat Night Pro, that's about it. All of a sudden, a week or two goes by, I see your face, your mug, 2 fights announced in the last 2 weeks. Like, this Fight Bananas, I know we're on fire, John. I know we're on fire, but what? It's crazy. So we talked to you a little bit. Are you going to roll tomorrow night or the next night, or is that kind of maybe off, or what's?
Oh, right now just a little. Got some
scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, one of the managers got sick, so trying to get somebody to cover his butt, and then we'll see. I'll probably be out there. Most 90% chance.
Okay, and then
from a grappling match.
Of course not. The news kind of this morning, right?
Yes,
Broke this morning, December 7th.
Yep.
Coconut Creek, Fort Lauderdale area, combat night. Man, let's get it. You feel good about it?
I've been waiting a long time. 2 months, 3 months without fighting. I'm ready to do it.
Itching.
Yeah. Training every day, just working with the Fusion XL team and grinding, getting ready to get another victory under my belt.
Just monsters on those mats over there, man.
Chelsea Skaggs says, love you, sis.
Oh, I love you, Chelsea, so much. Oh, I miss
sometimes it's too
you.
much over there at Fusion.
I bet. Sometimes it's got to be.
The guys wear you out. They beat the hell out of you. It's like,
You got to get your mind right every day you step in there.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then you're like, I'm going with the best fighters out there. You know, this is where all the best fighters are going. So
Yeah.
Fusion is sharks. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Beasts.
The work they put in every single day there. It's insane.
It really is. And how about Bisping calling out Fusion? Did you see that UFC Tampa?
yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Bisping.
That shout out.
Dude, I've always been an underrated Bisping fan, always. But he liked 2 things that night, Fusion XL and Mike Beast Boy Davis. I'm like, okay, Bisping.
But how could you not like Mike on that night? Mike did a hell of a job.
No, but like.
Like, how could you not like
Oh,
Mike?
of course not. Oh, so you want to talk about that, don't you? You want to talk about
Like,
that?
how could you not like it though? How
He
could,
said, at me, boy, at me.
if you're Michael Bisping and that's the first time you ever watch him fight, or that's the first time you get to see him really be him, how could you not like it, right? But I will give Michael Bisping a prop. I didn't know he had a prosthetic eye, and that dude fought for years with one, and that's nasty. He won, bro. He won a middleweight championship. His dream
With one eye. That's insane.
Shit.
Some people don't. They will cancel a fight because their ankle sprain.
Yes.
Right. It's happened.
Yes.
It's true.
And then Bisping fights with one eye. I love it.
Knocking people out, winning championships.
I know. Luke Rockhold gets knocked out by the wind. Oh, don't say that, John.
Thank you, Michael Bisping.
All right, so Matt and Nikki.
Yes.
we got to have a little bit of an origin story before MMA, but an origin story
It's gonna be good.
of the
We have
relationship.
One. We have a great one.
There you go.
actually.
There you go.
Tell it, baby. You want me to tell it? You want me to tell it?
I'm gonna get in trouble if I say anything. I'm gonna let her run it. She runs the show here.
It was actually my first fight ever. I was working for American Combat League back in the day for
Okay.
Wanaconda. He was grappling. What were you doing that night?
I was doing that. I think it was like an 8-man jiu-jitsu bracket, and whoever got the
tournaments.
title,
They were doing
yeah,
the
it was like
tournaments.
Those
I
are
think it was an
dope.
8 or 10-man grappling tournament, and whoever won got the ACL title, American Combat League title, and whoever won it, you had to win 3 matches to win the title.
Okay.
So I ended up going through the whole bracket all the way to the end, and then that's where I met this one.
I was ring girling,
Okay.
Ring girl.
and he may have put his hand on my butt.
It works actually
may have
every
been a
time.
thing.
That works every time.
What she means, I put my hand on her ass. It was that
This is
moment.
my
I was like-
trophy.
it was the moment. It was there. I had to go for it. So.
And that was 2 years ago. And
She hasn't left me alone since.
no. What's funny is we both met each other. It was great, whatever. But he went through relationships. I went through relationships. I was kind of in a weird place. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. But he was persistent, so I was like, all right, let me give this guy a try.
Ron says he loves the hat.
Represent.
Did Ronald McDonald just say that he loves your Burger King hat?
Oh my god.
His name's Ron, so hey.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say.
Burger King.
Definitely.
He said the only reason he likes Burger King over Wendy's is because they have crowns.
It's the only reason because they have crowns. If they didn't have
And
crowns,
yes, Matt
I wouldn't do
Ferraiolo
Burger King.
eats fast food. It's fine.
Just once in a while.
I'm a Taco Bell whore, so it's okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
Talk about after being drunk.
Can we talk about how they got rid of the chicken quesadillas?
I didn't even notice because I eat the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
For real?
Yeah, I was gone. I think yesterday was the last day. Y'all,
Wow.
y'all let me know if I'm wrong.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure they got
Fact check that.
Yes, the mini ones.
Oh, I don't eat enough of those, so I'm okay.
But
Okay.
Those dollar ones. The
Yeah,
dollar,
I
that
think
shredded
I think-
chicken.
I think that was
I
what
get,
it was.
yeah, I get that. Or I get
Yes,
that.
I, think
I
that's
always
what
get
it
the
was.
box, whatever the box is. I get the
You
box.
always do get the box. Like whatever the
It's
trendy
$5 and it comes with
$5.
everything. And
Yeah, it is.
I can upsize a drink to a Baja Blast large.
10 cents more.
10 cents
10
more.
cents more. 10 cents more.
We're on the same
It's
page.
not
Yeah.
We're on
okay.
the same page.
You need to be sponsored by Taco Bell.
And then every
Whoa,
once in a while,
wait.
every once in a while though, every once in a while, my
Taco Bell,
go-to.
you can't lose.
I know, that would be the fucking
You need to be
best.
Just
sponsored
send
by
me on
Taco Bell
vacation to their
Cantina.
resort where I get free Taco Bell.
Ooh.
Where's the resort at?
I have no idea. It's probably in Orlando, and I wouldn't be going far. But I mean, it's usually always that
It's
way.
a part of a beach. I
Well,
seen the thing for the beach.
Doesn't Orlando have a beach? Didn't they make one by now? Disney
No,
probably
we
has
do
one.
not have a beach.
The
We
Volcano
don't.
Bay
I'm
is
just saying,
close.
I'm just saying.
Volcano
Volcano
Bay
Bay.
is close.
Yeah.
I'm figuring there's enough stuff out there. Disney lives out there. They're gonna make a beach of their own at some point. They're just gonna clear a bunch of land.
I
make
think we
water.
should. It'd be nice.
They'll call it a beach, and it won't be a lake, but it'll be really a lake. But they'll call it a beach.
They'll just create waves.
They will. They'll put a machine in it. It's Disney.
I know.
They own Marvel.
Blizzard Beach has
It's
that.
crazy.
They have like the wave pool, and it creates waves,
See?
and them
See
things
what
are
I'm saying?
serious. Like you can go all the way up to the front, and like you could drown up there.
Best water park ever.
Wet and Wild back in the day.
Right, 100%. Wet and Wild 99.
Exactly.
Wet and Wild 99. Like, come on. It's not even open anymore. It's a hotel now.
Kids don't even know what it is.
I know.
You guys remember Wet n Wild?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Kids don't even. If I said what's Wet n Wild, they'd be like, huh? I'll be
They'll probably go like .com.
oh, I've seen that.
Yeah,
No. Maybe after 9 o'clock there on a Saturday
Ooh.
at night in the summer hot nights that they used to run.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
turned
yeah.
into like a beach club.
Yeah, they would have the music on. They would have like Usher. They would have like the
Yeah,
Usher
yeah,
playing in the
yeah,
and
yeah.
like dun, 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 dun. Chris.
Chris Brown. You got
Wow.
Chris Brown.
Rest in peace.
Oh,
He's not dead, bro.
Oh, he's not.
Chris Brown.
He's not.
He said your music's dead, bro. He said because
He just made a new song. It's called Heat. Look it up. It's pretty good.
they made one with Little
What-
Dicky not too long ago too.
don't think
Freaky
anybody's
Friday
listening to that.
with Little Dicky.
That was a
Brown?
long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Freaky
Damn, I'm
Friday.
late.
2009.
It was probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was a
Really?
long
Wow.
time
I think
ago.
that was new.
I don't know.
That's because you know why? Because the only thing that plays on my Spotify is straight up '90s hip hop.
That's good though.
Wait,
No,
wait,
it
wait.
is, but I don't know
Yeah.
anything else.
2000 hip hop.
Oh, there's that
Forget
too.
About that.
Yeah, I do
Lil
that too.
Wayne
But
on the
that's it.
track.
That's all I got.
Fight. You don't play Fight Bananas through your Spotify app?
Oh, when I'm on long road trips, but if I'm
dang.
going for a 25-minute jam on the session, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Tupac, Machiavelli.
Yeah,
Tupac's in Cuba, by the way. I don't care what anybody
We
says.
talked about that.
He's in Cuba.
Yeah, true story. This is actually facts. You can fact check this if you want.
Yeah.
Eddie Martinez, what going crazy, Wet and Wild.
You know about Wet n Wild, Eddie?
Oh, he knows about it.
Bro, Wet n Wild was that thing.
The rocket ship back in the days.
Oh, the Bombay.
Get in there, they're like, hell, all right,
They always mess with you.
Yeah, look at the line. Make sure your feet be on the line. You're like, what? And then,
Yeah, I got the oh, ready? 3, 2,
Boom.
I was like, oh.
You know they were laughing
Then
the
you're
whole
down.
time.
I always knew that was coming, so I'm like, I'm not looking at it. And they're like, all right, is your feet behind the line? I'll look down, and they catch me on it every fucking time.
I just remember not touching the slide for at least a half a second.
Oh, and that's like the best second.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
that
the
second.
scariest fucking second ever.
Of your life.
You know you're coming back to the slide. So it's just like, what?
No. That's not what I know. I don't know until I feel the slide on my
The
back
Blizzard
again.
Beach has a great drop like that.
I'm scared of water slides. So
I've seen the videos
I
where the
was
person-
severely
the person
injured.
catches air
I was
and they just
severely
float.
injured.
I don't want that in my life.
Wait, you seen a video that someone floats?
Like, they catch air and they crash. They
I did
slide
something
on-
worse than that. So
On
I'm
the water
super
slide?
skinny, so you could just
Okay, tell-
feel my backbone. And so when I was younger, I went on the ones with the pads, and the pad came out from under me, so I burned all the way down the water slide.
Ooh.
And on the way home, we had like 2 hours home. My mom was like, "Sit back in your seat," and I was like, "I can't, it hurts."
Oh.
And sure enough, I had like bruises all the way down my
Mom's like,
backbone.
I don't care. Sit back. It's not safe.
I don't care. Yeah, it was bad. I was dying.
Dang.
Yeah, so that's my fear of water slides.
I don't. But that's
That's
Yeah,
something.
it's real.
That's something.
legit.
Yeah.
Something happened
See?
to you to make the fear. You know what I mean?
Like I'm afraid of like Bigfoot.
Oh.
My
Sure,
parents.
you genuinely afraid of Bigfoot?
Oh yeah, like my
You think
parents.
Bigfoot's a bad Bigfoot?
Oh yeah, he's like he's like worse than
Are
Jason
you
or
talking
Freddy
about the
Krueger.
fighter Bigfoot?
Him too, but by the way, bare knuckle on Saturday night, Bigfoot Silva.
BKFC.
About that big motherfucker comes out the woods.
Yeah, the woods one.
oh.
They I like saw Harry and the Hendersons when I was 3 because my older brother was like 8 or 9, and that's
Can you
perfect.
go
8 or
watch
9.
it now so you know that he's a nice guy?
I can't watch it now. I'm just, you know,
I love this.
I can't.
One of John Lithgow's best movies.
It's really good. I've probably seen it
It's up there
one
with
time
it's
in
up
my
there when he
20s.
played the villain in the Dexter series.
Oh,
it's a
The
tie.
best series of any show of all
Somebody's
time.
about to fight on PFL.
It is.
It's the walkout.
Daniel Pineda.
It's so awesome.
I
We
don't know
have
how to
a
pronounce
like
that.
TV into our
I can't
table.
pronounce-
The 45-inch TV
that,
flat
pronounce
screen.
Is he Russian or is he Turkish?
It's got to be Russian because it's got to be at the end, right? It's got to be Russian.
Bigfoot Silva.
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I only made it to 9th grade, so I couldn't tell you.
Eddie Martinez is calling
I
out Matt.
graduated
He
with a
goes, "You
physics
can be
degree, so
Bigfoot for
language
Halloween."
is not my
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over. So who won?
I'll take that.
He says he's going to choke you out the next time he sees you taking a picture of him. All right.
I'll get you with the guillotine. That's all I got. It's a guillotine.
He's famous for his guillotines, if you don't
I
know.
actually got a real guillotine.
Mm.
Molly.
He just added Mitchell Jamal.
One thing I love that Mitchell said, and I'm like, the worst thing, I almost did it, and I already messed it up. I already told Susie, my wife, like I want one amateur fight. You know this. I want one amateur fight in
Wait.
178, 180.
I don't think he means MMA.
No, kickboxing. I want the
kickboxing.
gear.
Okay.
Just kickboxing.
Yeah, I don't want to get
Hey,
hit in the
but
face.
kickbox, the gear might go away though. So hey,
That is true, but I want
Wait
one.
until the gear goes away, the headgear.
you can see better.
No, I know, but I don't want to get hit.
Don't take a bite.
No.
The only
You gotta
thing
work with your man over here.
I know.
the only
It's true.
the only thing
Not get hit.
the only thing it makes a difference for is cuts. The headgear doesn't do shit for your head getting rocked. You
Oh
get
no,
knocked- you get knocked out with
I'm
headgear.
all right with getting
But
rocked.
it's
I just
just
don't want to get
cuts.
cut up.
Well, you
I can't
you,
cut this up.
probably won't. Not an amateur kickboxing
There you
fight.
go. That's my man. Anyway,
And
so I
I'll
want
let
one
you-
fight,
I'll let you.
and I'm not going to tell a soul. I don't want no one to
I'm
know. Like
offended.
I'm going to be in Orange Beach November 9th and be like, wait,
here's
Dave's on the
the thing.
prelims.
Orange Beach. I've been to Orange Beach.
Why?
Yeah.
That's what?
You don't want nobody to see you fight? You got
Yeah.
to. Or
Yeah.
You just don't want to explain it to nobody. Like,
Oh no, no.
what he's gonna do is if this is how it goes down. It's like I completely understand his thinking. Dave was a hell of a basketball player and he was a competitor, but this is something that's definitely out of his realm. So he wants to do it really badly, and he's going to do it. But he's going to do it. And if it's successful, you will never see the end of it on a fucking TV screen. But if it's unsuccessful, he will announce it. He's like, everybody, I took a fight.
Yep.
Y'all don't know, but it's okay.
He's like, it's all right. He goes, I didn't come out the way I wanted to, but I gave it my all, and it was fun. And that's how he'll do it.
And no one saw it, so it's
That's
like,
my
okay.
speech right there, word by word by word.
But if he wins in any way, shape, or form,
Y'all gonna
it's
know.
gonna be on there, and he's gonna be like, "That's right, y'all. I'm retiring 1-0.
I'm undefeated, 1-0 MMA fighter.
Undefeated, the best 178-pound kickboxer in the world. But I want one.
I feel you.
So, but long story short, but that's what Mitchell said. Mitchell goes, I want to have one last fight kind of a thing. And he goes, I want it out of the country and no one's going to know. Like, I want it one last time, a retirement fight in a way, and just, I'm going to fight
out of your system.
Ukraine against a 3 and 4 guy and be done.
I mean,
Makes sense.
I respect it. I like it.
Absolutely.
Because that's my...
It might be like he goes out there and he's like, damn, I want to
keep
again.
going.
I know. That's
It's just
That's
like,
what
it's
you
just like
did.
getting a tattoo. You get a tattoo.
100%.
I'm just gonna get one tattoo.
That's what you did, baby.
9 tattoos.
He was like,
Right.
let's have one fight, and then now he's back in the game.
like-
I was gonna retire from it. I was like, fuck MMA.
Why is that?
Like, just because I didn't believe in myself at the time. I was
Okay.
like, man, you know what? Like I didn't have a strong team. Like
Right.
I had like a little bit of partners, like 1 or 2 guys here, 2 or 3 guys here, and I was bouncing around. Like I was being a little gym whore. I was bouncing from different gyms.
Right.
I didn't have a team. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have any of that. And then when I joined Fusion, Julian was like, hey, you know, he's like, when are you gonna sign up? When are you gonna sign up? Kept doing it, and I was like, you know what? Maybe one day. And I just kept telling him. And then Phil Rowe would be in my DM like every time I post, like, hey, who's training no-gi? Who's who's going here? And Phil would be in my DM. Stop being a pussy. Come and train. You need a fight. Keep coming to Fusion. This is where real fighters go. And Phil was like, I think I got about 200 texts
That's dope.
on social media from him, like bashing on me, like, hey. And then we would just have conversations. He's like, bro, just come to Fusion. It'll change everything. So I came and I listened to him, and look at me now. I'm
Rest
over
is
here begging
history.
for fights. I'm like, let's fight. Let's fight.
Phil Rose started off 0-2 in the UFC.
Now in the UFC.
That's so cool. I
Isn't
love
that
that
cool?
story. I love that story.
And he's such a good guy. So I really appreciate the
works
fact
hard.
that he made it.
Yeah.
He works
He
fucking
does
hard.
grind.
And I give him the benefit of the doubt. He's the one that brought me out of retirement, brought me into the gym.
That's awesome.
And look at me now. We'll see. And, you know, my record says I'm 4-5, but it ain't going to mean nothing about a year or two. I'm going to be back up to the top like I was when I was an amateur. But I'll be in a pro level this time. So
Let's go.
He's determined.
Let's
He
go.
trains so much. It's ridiculous.
31 years old.
Yeah.
Why? What else I got to do? 3-4 times a day every day. There's no days off. Julian will be like, hey, you need to take a day off. One day, just do one day off. I'm like, I do. I slept 12 hours last night. That's a day off.
He's not lying.
And I'm like, that's my day off. I slept the whole 12 hours. I laid in bed until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He's like, what do you want me to do? If I sit at home all day long, I'm going to gain like 30 pounds. Just
Right. What, out of all those 7 days, 3 times a day, you said, what's the thing you like to do the least?
Cardio.
Cardio. Okay.
Anything with cardio. But
Right.
I like it all. I don't know. I love it all. I love being tired. I love training all day long. I love getting the shit beat out of me from everybody at Fusion. And I'd rather be in the gym than anywhere else. Especially if you work in a nightclub. I've been working in a nightclub for 8 years. I would live in a gym and stay in the gym 24/7 just to get the hell out of that place.
That's awesome.
I can't stand nightclubs.
And I won't tell you who told me because I was kind of sworn to secrecy. I get that all the time.
You can't do that. You just told me.
I'm
wanna-
going to try to guess.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah,
It's really good, positive for you.
Okay.
I heard that Mike Perry is a better fighter because of you.
Aww.
I heard because you roll with Mike all the time that he is improving himself and becoming another fighter. I was like, damn, that's awesome. Like, that's a great compliment.
Because I've never heard that.
No?
I have. Danielle kind of said
No,
it.
but no, Mike works hard. We all do.
Oh, for sure.
None of us. None of us is gonna take credit, but without each other,
Right.
we're not gonna be nobody.
Right.
All of us at Fusion, and even just in Fusion, all of us who just gets together and trains all the time, every day, and we put that time on the mats. It's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
Mitchell Chamali just said, wow, you have on the show the second best fighter at Fusion with a guillotine. Oh my gosh.
Ask Mitch what happened when we had the battle of guillotines the other day.
Woo, the BOG, the Battle of
What's
Guillotines.
up?
What's up? Wow, question.
Say something.
Question.
Do you see yourself turning into a full-time coach when you retire?
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Love that.
100%.
I support that too. It's good.
Yeah, definitely. But I want to be doing it. I'll probably teach a little bit of MMA, but more strictly jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Not a fucking gi. No gi. I'm going to put on a sign. You wear a fucking gi in my gym, get the fuck out.
Oh my
I'm going
Lanza.
10 planet on this. I'm going 10 planet. No gi. 100%.
There's nothing wrong. I like that. There's nothing wrong with
Oh,
that.
yeah,
100%.
That's... I'd rather
It's
do...
like, hey, listen, by the way, I can't fight you right now. Hold on. Let me go get my gi. We don't do that here. We fight. So...
That's awesome.
I look at it the same way.
Right?
No,
It's
everyone
like,
on
you're
both
right. You're on
sides.
point with that.
I'm not good. I'm not very. I'm a low
Well, if
level
you're gonna
blue
street
belt,
fight,
and
it's
I'm
like,
not
hold
very
on,
good
let me
at
put
it.
on my pajamas. Give me a second.
Yeah. Let me
I
get
can't
some-
fight you. Can you give me 1 second?
I gotta get my bathrobe.
I don't have my
real
belt
quick.
on. I'm sorry.
No. We're men here. We're gonna fight.
I'm
It's
not.
no gi all day long.
Gosh, I can't stand it. It's so easy for me to get choked out. You can get just manhandled in it. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
just like grip on me and hold me. Yeah, I don't want that. Let's scramble. Let's get
I
tired.
have this thing called sweat that gets me very, very slippery. It helps a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
It
Weren't
helps
you
me
just
so
talking
much.
about that
It
at the
helps
gym?
me so much. When I put a gi on, I don't have nothing.
I know.
My arm gets stuck in everything.
It's for you got like John Bone Jones long arms.
I get
That's
stuck in something. The neck gets pulled. I'm like, yeah, okay, so this is not fun. I'm done.
You're a stand-up guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is what it is. You're a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Like Mike Beast Boy Davis a little bit.
But like, hey, where's the fight
Oh,
start?
someone just-
Always on the feet.
Standing on the feet.
Always on the feet.
Oh, PFL.
TKO?
Probably couldn't even pronounce the guy's last name.
The other guy I did know. I definitely couldn't pronounce it.
He has a nice haircut though.
Nice haircut.
Yeah.
Mitchell goes #nice shirt.
Oh,
For which one?
this is who we talking about? Spartan, or we're talking about this combat night shirt?
Be careful. Spartan's pretty strong.
Hell yeah! And this God, he is 3 fights away from a mill.
I'm so excited for him.
2
He
fights on
deserves it.
Halloween.
Good guy.
2 fights on Halloween, and then December 31st. 3 fights away from $1 million.
He can punch the ticket, man.
He
punch
can.
the
He
ticket.
100% deserves it. 100% deserves
He can
it.
definitely punch the ticket and
Yes.
get that mill, bro. He's
I-
fantastically right there. He's so close.
I 100% believe he's gonna do it. And he's got, he's fighting, not fighting for just himself. He's fighting for his son.
Oh yeah,
no,
he's
absolutely.
such a good dad.
He's
I
hungry.
respect him for that.
If he continues to take the approach like he did in the last fight, the right, smart, calculated approach, that mill is his. That mill is his.
I 100% believe he's gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? It's,
That mill's
Odin means everything to him. And
when he
he's
fights-
fighting for Odin. You know
when
what
he
I'm saying?
fights that way, he's extremely slick. The word I'm looking for. He's extremely technical, but you can't see it. Like you don't realize how technical he is when he does it.
Right.
Like he's slick with it. Like it doesn't look like he's going to be technical and pick you apart and find his opening, but he does. And he's powerful when he does it. And if he takes that smart approach like he did, like he landed that body kick was beautiful. That was the kick he should have came with, not running with a punch. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was beautiful. He'll finish people.
Yeah,
He'll finish all three of them.
He'll go broke. He's not fighting to drag it to a decision.
No.
He's fighting to
But
kill
he
this
picked
motherfucker.
he picked his shot in the last one rather than just chasing after he hurt somebody. And it was beautiful to watch. And it was like, do that and you will put everyone out. You will put everyone
You said
out.
something like Alex kicks so much more than like I thought he does, or just like I think the world think he does.
hard.
Oh, he's
He's massive. We can
yeah,
talk about
massive
that.
power,
He-
and he knows how to like
a
his
nice-
technique. Yeah,
He
he's
brings his leg up nice, quick, and he
He
pops
does.
his hip very well for the way he throws his kick. He pops his hip very well, and there's a good blunt force trauma to it.
Yeah, good kicks.
It's a good word for it. Probably we've had a lot of people in here. Maybe the funniest live podcast was with Alex. Alex was in here. We talked an hour and a half.
Did y'all watch his last interview?
Oh,
No, I haven't yet.
We were talking about that with him last night.
Was it good? What was it?
It was good. It was good. What did he
She's
say?
seen it. She's
Oh
seen it.
man, what did he
I'll have to
say?
look it up. Is it on the
It was-
PFL
No,
website?
He just said like he's gonna end somebody with a punch or something, and then he was like trick or treat, boy. It was
good.
funny. You gotta watch it.
Our punchline, he said here, he goes, remember in the movie theater when I was 15, I got an AJ. He was talking about movie theater.
AJ.
Yeah. We were talking about like MMA, and next thing you know, he's talking about like watching Nightmare Before Christmas at the movie theater.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got it for his HA.
Yeah. I was like, Alex, man, you're killing it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, you got
I just got it. Right. I was like, HJ. I got it.
You can see the color of her hair. That's why I'm whispering in the mic.
It's fine.
So, Nikki, when did you first get into MMA, like MMA, ring girl side of it? Was it same time?
Okay, so I kind of fell into jiu-jitsu first. I was 18. The reason why I joined was because of a friend. I really wasn't too into it.
What's his or her name?
His name's Zach.
Okay.
But this is like forever ago, years and years and years ago. So I went to Extreme Gracie.
Ooh.
I fell in love with them as like a family.
Right.
And then we went through something very traumatic together, which was Nick Recanati's death. So it was very traumatic. So we really stuck together. So whether I'm training on the mat or I'm just there supporting them as a family, that will always be my home. My mic's messed up?
No. But someone said it actually makes sense. Your mic was hot.
Oh.
And it was covering Matt's awesome face.
Oh, there you go. Thank you for that.
See, you're covering the money maker over here. We got the Combat Night. We got the Combat Night shirt, and then we got the Burger King hat. Come on.
So anyways.
So.
I didn't interrupt. Sorry.
So that's where I started.
Okay.
I don't train that much. I'm actually trying to get a good work schedule. That way
That's one of the questions is for you about that.
So I can be consistent.
Okay.
I probably work out more than what I train.
Okay.
For sure. But then, 2017, I ended up going with Professor Nick to American Combat League fight. Juan saw me and was like, have you ever thought to ring girl? And I was like, no, it's never really been a thought. So he kind of had a conversation with me about it, and I was like, wow, okay, that sounds like a lot of fun. I've done runway modeling, I've done photo shoots, things like that before. So it's kind of up that alley. So I was like, all right, game, let's do it. So I did it the first time, and I was like, wow, this is so much fun. I like being in something bigger than what I am and seeing so many people so determined and they work so hard to get in that ring and show what they're really made of. And so it was just incredible. So after that, I was like, all right, I'm in this game. Let's do this.
Hooked.
Exactly.
Hooked.
And so then my next promotion that I started with was Mitchell Jamal at Combat Night.
Okay.
So I started working with him. That was super awesome too. He got me more. I think he got me just more comfortable in the ring. Kind of boosted my confidence a little bit.
Okay.
And then I started working in Miami for XFN with Daniel K.
Nice.
It was a bigger ring, and it was different for me because I had to travel for this fight, so it was different. And then I just started working with Alessi Promotions in Tampa for my first boxing promotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
But, yeah.
So you're kind of working with 3 different promotions right now?
Right now,
okay.
Correct. I am so interested in getting into more. So
okay.
At y'all promoters, Island Fights. Sip the tea.
That was subtle, right? That was subtle? Perfect. So, and talking about subtle, just real quick, XFN?
We might.
Okay.
We'll see. There's something coming.
There's something coming.
Oh, goodness.
There's something coming. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm interested now.
Later. Off air.
But I think I just need to get my physical fitness up more, which Matt Ferraiolo has been helping me a lot with.
There you go.
Yeah. We're trying to be the power couple out here.
155 pounds of pure muscle.
Pure stinking muscle. It's not fair. So
I like that.
He's helping me eat more. He's helping me eat right. He's helping me train. I started training at Fusion XL. They have great workout classes there with Edwin. So I've been doing that, and he kicks my ass.
Right.
So if y'all want to work out, go to Fusion XL.
These are the best.
I know. There's
nothing better than these.
They're so plain but amazing.
I was wondering why they weren't open yet.
I was staring at it the whole time. I was just waiting for one of you guys to open it up. I'm not going to lie.
I was trying not to be greedy.
What did you kill? The Starburst jelly beans.
Oh, where are they at?
We killed them.
I ate them all.
Oh my god! Yeah, there was like 380 in a bag, and you had to eat at least 270, 280.
I believe that.
I know.
I believe that.
Did I answer your question?
Oh yeah, you killed it.
Yeah.
No,
I was going to say something about it because you said you're in the ring, and that's got to be cool to you. Like you said, you like something to be bigger than you because you started training first. So now you're like a fan of it, like not a fan, but it's something You're a part of it.
And
Like,
I
you
might
really are.
not train, but I have a lot of knowledge just from being around the fight world
yeah,
and meeting so
absolutely.
many people.
For sure.
And when he goes and trains, I'll get on the mat a little bit, but I've learned a lot from just watching.
Yeah.
And it's just so insane. I have so much respect for everyone that's on the mat in the cage and so determined because it's crazy how much work you have to put into to become a good fighter and be able to
100%.
compete.
And I just talked to Askar, undefeated bantamweight, Island Fight 60. He was in the feature fight. He's like 10-0, complete stud. He's one or PFL or Bellator bound, or UFC, right? And we just got to talking back and forth, and he's like, dude, I was 17 years old, nothing was going good in my life, went to a gym, 6 years later, I train every day, I work hard every day, I fight every day, I spar every day, and he goes, now, 10-0, dude, 10-0 is professional, wow. And I was like, man, I just, like you said, the word probably the best one is respect,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to sound corny or something. I don't know. I don't want to, but the fighters deserve so much respect. They put in so much hard work, and that's the best too. For Island Fights, I'm backstage. I'm going into some of the dressing rooms with some of the fighters, and there's one dressing room with 8 or 9 fighters. Then there's the co-main and the main event. You go in there, see if everything's good, whatever, and it's seeing them all, and they're all different before a fight. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Some are they just can't wait. Some are energized for it. Some you can tell is nervous as hell. Some is just deadly quiet, serial killer quiet, So it's crazy. It's awesome. It's just
and if you're not in the fight world, you don't understand.
Right.
And I've seen so many, I'm not going to say just men, but I've seen so many men post on Facebook dang, I just want a relationship where this girl just understands my fight life and how much time I'm in the gym. And if you're not in the fight world, it's hard to understand how much dedication it really, really takes because it's every day.
Jay Ross just joined. Dude, big respect to Javonis Ross. Crazy fight, main event fight, and I just loved how cool he was after the fight. He was so cool, respected, shook hands with Jacob, and then they took a picture together, because they had, you can tell they had a little beef before the fight. They just, they were both going for the same thing. But then, there's a little bit of that I respect, if you're trying to be the best podcaster in the world, and I am the best podcaster in the world, I respect you that you're trying to be it. You know what I mean?
I get it.
You get it?
Yeah.
But it was awesome. So big respect to Ross. He's going to be back really soon.
Yeah, Javonis Ross he's a good kid. Very good kid.
Yeah, I think he's in a little way misunderstood.
Me and him fought in the amateurs.
Oh, yeah?
Me and Merck get Money Jones. It was one of
Where at?
this was combat night.
Oh.
Used to be at Guilt.
Yes. Guilt's an awesome place to fight.
Yeah.
It really isn't bad at all.
I love that place.
So
So small and so intimate.
yeah. So this kid Merck used to be Julian Williams' student at one time. Still is. He ended up calling out the fight last minute, and Javonis Ross picked up the fight in 4 hour notice. Showed up, made weight, and we were main event. Me and him fought.
Main event?
Yeah, we were main event.
Dang.
Me and Merck was supposed to fight.
Right.
Javonis picked it up in 4 hour notice. So I'll fight Matt. I'm not scared of him.
Right.
He stepped up. We both fought in amateurs. I did beat him. You know what I'm saying? But, we had our differences. But I watched a kid blow up. After we fought, he just went on a fucking binge. And started winning. And I'm proud of the kid. He just, you know what I'm saying? He just needs to get in the gym and
Right. That's
find a home.
That's what everyone's saying. Everyone said that at Island Fights afterwards.
When he does that, watch out. 50
Yeah.
fighters, he's going to destroy.
Right.
He's gonna destroy a lot of motherfuckers.
He could
He's
be
a
a
monster.
145 too, I hear. He
but
told me
can
that
do
he
45 or
could.
55, he can do
Yeah.
it. But
And I was like,
I don't believe in cutting that much weight.
me
I
either.
don't.
Gosh,
I
me
think-
either.
I think if you walk around in a certain way, I walk around 65. I fight at 55.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting down to 45. I'm not getting paid that much, and I don't want to die. It's not fun. 55 is an easy cut.
Longevity,
Maybe
too.
3 days, and I fight strong, and I feel good.
Right.
So, and
We talk about that all the time. I hope sooner or later, honestly, I hope the UFC makes it a rule, because if it's shit rolls downhill,
You should only be allowed to cut 15 pounds.
yeah,
There you go.
100%.
100%.
Have you ever seen those YouTube videos of the poor people cutting so much weight they cannot even walk?
No. But
It's
First
insane.
Of all, it's their choice.
It really, no, you're right.
I
It
don't
really
feel-
is,
if
but
you
I just
choose
feel
to do
like
that,
that's.
I don't feel bad for you.
Oh,
I've cut weight before.
wow.
I'm very, very tall and skinny for my height, and I cut down to 155 a couple times, and that was just way too ridiculous. You know what I mean? For me, I don't have enough muscle mass on me to get the water out and everything like that. It was just I just really became frail looking at look at it. So that's not fun at all, and I understand that. But that's a choice you make when you decide to cut that much weight. That's a choice that you just said, I'm committed to this weight. I'm going to do it. Well, all right, bro. That's cool. Get it done. But 15 pounds is the max, man. 15 pounds is the max.
And if the UFC does it, then Bellator, PFL will do it. One will do it. Combat Night, Island Fights, Rise. They do it?
One does dehydration tests and tell you that you need to fight closer to this weight. Otherwise, you're not allowed to fight.
So Mitchell just made a good point. He said 15 pounds from where, though? Because we have some fighters that are heavy. They walk around heavy. And then they cut an easy 15 pounds,
I think it's just depending on when you sign the contract. If you sign the contract and you're like 190 pounds, but you're a fat 190 pounds, yeah, I understand. But if you're like in top shape and you're training at least 3 to 4 times a week and you're walking around 190, 170 is a good weight.
Yeah.
But if you want to cheat all the way down to get to 155 so you can beat guys, that's cool.
I'm thinking
I like that, actually. 15 from signing the contract.
Yeah.
I like that.
Depending on the contract. But that's my beliefs.
I love that.
So,
man, we just solved the world right there. World hunger.
Good job, Mitchell.
World hunger. Done.
If you're going to be a 185er, or
right,
a 170er, you shouldn't be allowed to weigh more than 185 when you start camp.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
100.
So that means you have to get your ass down to a certain weight before camp starts. Well, get your ass down to that weight if you want to fight that weight category. Don't be heavy coming into camp and trying to cut all that during camp and everything.
That's Twizzler. That's what happens when you feed this man.
He's
a wild animal.
I think UFC just added a rule like that. I don't think so. I don't think these guys are cutting.
Not yet.
Amount of weight to get to a weight
live.
Yeah.
Like, Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns.
Really?
He walks around 200 pounds.
He's a
200 pounds.
He was 180 something before he cut with Mike to fight at 155, and he weighed back up to 186 on fight day.
That is nuts.
That's
insane.
Mike was 164 walking to the ring.
164, and he can eat ice cream.
Yeah,
and all
walking to the ring.
He's walking on 164.
Gilbert Burns walked in the ring at 186, 184, 186. He was 20 pounds heavier.
How about what did Mike weigh this time? Do you know what he was walking in against Thomas?
Back to 168, I think.
168, nice.
Probably like 168, 170.
Yeah, he was about. I want to say 168, but he was a. He's
lean.
Yeah, but he was a. How do I want to call it? He was he was ready. Like at 155.
Yeah.
That was like one where he was like preparing for a fight already. So 155 was the easy cut. So that really worked out because he came in there feeling very strong.
Man. We'll go back. I got a question for both of you guys, but real quick, John, we kind of talked about me a little bit. Matt's coming up. You got one more left in you? You got one more? You got one last hurrah? You got one last maybe thing? How about November 9th in Port Orange, Pal? You got one last thing in you maybe?
I always wanted to do a kickboxing match, right? And I always wanted to win an MMA fight, and I haven't done that yet either, but I can't do MMA. Somebody's going to kick me in my knee, and I'm going to fall down like an old man. And it's going to be horrible.
But you want to kickbox someone?
But then again, I got to worry about knee too. So that's
wait. How about me versus you in a kickboxing match, and we say no kicking to the knees?
Dude, that's not fair.
How about we do this tonight?
Dude, that's not. If you can't kick me in the leg, that's not fair, Dave.
I'll be the referee. You two guys tonight.
You would jab me to
death. No, I won't even punch you.
Oh, really?
I got pink gloves and red gloves.
Dave, if you came to the gym on Saturday morning and we did this, I'd let you punch and kick me, and I would only kick you, and it still wouldn't work out well for you.
Oh, I know, or I wouldn't want that
I wouldn't
jab.
kick your legs. I'd treat it like a Taekwondo match. I'd go body or head. And
Ooh, yeah, you would probably crack a rib. Yeah,
that's how you start.
That's how you start.
Start from the bottom. Work your way up.
Brad Bishop said that California passed a rule that anything over 15% gain will cancel out.
Just like the guy on the Bradford said, "Goodbye, California."
Mitchell goes, "Don't do it. I want one. I just want one."
I guess you won't be on Mitchell's card.
No, and me and Mitchell talk. I want that there's like that 48-year-old guy in the gym, and he's just in there bodying someone up.
How much you weigh?
I can get down to whatever.
No, I was going to say
48-year-old. Why you got to pick on somebody like that, bro?
Mitch will put him against Mark Peace.
Oh, Mark Peace. There you go.
I don't know Mark
Mark
Peace.
Peace is like 60 years 60 years
You
old.
can't hit a senior citizen, bro.
No, yeah, that's a little bit too, right? That's too old. And then Mark will probably still piece me
We
up.
can find you a 35-year-old man.
Yeah, an Emmy they've never done
that's
before.
not as good as you when
There
I'm
you go.
done with you. We can find you that.
There you go.
I wonder what Mitch is going to say when I said that. Oh, Mark Pease.
Mitchell goes, Jillian just logged in to work. Oh,
Julian.
the Savage. That's tomorrow night. That's
I can't wait for that fight.
I love.
Pool guard. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Right. I already called it. I talked about it on the last podcast. She's gonna find her neck. I'm telling you right now. Barber's the
pull
favorite.
guard?
People are rooting for Barber. Julian's
Sounds like
gonna
that's
win that
like
fight. She's
almost
gonna
playing in a
get that
Macy's
neck.
game.
But what I was getting at, I love that the UFC is trying different nights and times and different. I like it kind of a little bit on a Friday night.
Did you hear what the comments Macy said though?
No. Give it to me. Wow.
We got our first shit talking female in the world that really wants to go like gangster shit talking. Yeah. She said she'd go up to 125 and beat Shevchenko. First of all, you're crazy as hell. Yeah. That girl's a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
She said she'd beat Shevchenko and she would dominate Zhang Wei right now.
Oh, come on now, Macy.
Dominate.
Come on, Macy.
Dominate her.
Come on, Macy.
I'm rooting for Julian any day. I actually got the pleasure of meeting and hanging out with her. She's great. She's a great
probably
girl.
down
She's
there
a
at
lot of fun.
XFN.
Yeah.
Were you there at XFN with the brawl?
I was not. I was in Alaska.
Oh, you were in
So
Alaska.
unfortunately, I did not work that fight. I talked to Daniel about 2 days later.
What happened?
It was just 2 fight camps that went at it.
Really?
Unfortunately, yeah. It really sucks.
That
for
brawl at
promoter.
XFN like a
It
couple
really-
weeks
it really
ago?
stinks.
Oh, yeah. The
It's
American
Ryan
boxing,
Coos.
Black box, the other team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been before. I've been around that before.
Yeah.
Black box issue before. I had that a couple years ago. I was cornering one of the Gracie Ball guys, and I was teaching the Gracie Ball Kissimmee.
Okay.
I was a part of the American top team at the time, Paul's, and I was teaching at Gracie Ball and Kissimmee, just helping out. You know, Igor's
I'll be right back.
been helping me. Igor's been helping me for 10 years, so I was coaching.
For sure.
The guy's like, hey, he's a good friend of mine. He's like, hey, can you corner me? It's like, I figure it's an amateur fight. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I cornered this guy, and ended the fight. My guy ended up knocking him out and screamed like, fuck ATT. I didn't know he did that.
Wow.
And Glenn jumps in the cage and comes at me like 100 miles per hour, shoves me. And it was a big conflict, you know, a bunch of it, because it was mostly because American top team versus Gracie Ball back in the days. But it was a crazy story.
What? Okay, so at the weigh-ins, Island Fight 60, that kid Bryant throws the
His
robe,
robe,
into Devin Park's face. Like,
The robe.
that boy had so much swagger the whole weekend.
It's not swagger. That's something else.
That boy is crazy.
That's what I heard. There's like everyone's like, oh wow, he was on UFC Fight Pass, he turned it up, and then I talked to people behind they're like, no, that's him on a Tuesday around 3:00. Like, that's Bryant.
Yeah, he's 100% like that 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always like that. Always like that.
I just love it that it was a robe.
Yeah.
Like a bathroom robe, wasn't it?
But like, what do you
It
tell?
wasn't like
Shower.
a. It wasn't
It was
like
a
a
shower robe.
fight robe. It was like a bathroom.
Oh
robe.
yeah, it was like a like you get a mani pedi. Like, it was one of those robes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, got reused, or you know what I mean? It's like they just put it in the wash, give it to the next person.
That was classic.
What are you supposed to do, Lo? If you're Devin Park, like, the one thing that I would
You want to know what I do?
sure,
Laugh my ass off.
right?
I really
A
would.
little bit of me is like,
I would have used that, but hey, you threw the robe at my face, I'm gonna fuck you up tomorrow.
right? Because
Yeah.
Professional.
this is the only sport, the only thing in the world. Like, if I go do that to someone at Best Buy, I get arrested. But that Saturday in Columbus, Georgia, or on Combat Night,
How do
you
you
guys
get
can
cut?
do that and get paid for it, huh?
How do you get cut?
Jay Ross. That was the first brawl.
Oh, the beginning.
Yeah. Javanis got him with the 2-piece with no soda. That's what we all called it. Everyone's like 3-piece and a soda, like Jorge.
Yeah.
Giovanni has had him pop 2 pieces. Like, we were 20 feet away. It was loud,
It's
like a
cool.
baseball bat.
It's cool. It's good entertainment for everybody who's out there watching.
Right.
Us as competitors, we're here entertaining. We're not here to, act like a bunch of kids and fight
Yeah, I
on the
always-
studio. And, we're a bunch of professionals. Amateur, yeah, fuck each other up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen, let the hands talk for itself.
Right.
Time to fight.
I agree.
Get in my face. As long as you don't get in my face and put your head against mine or put your nose against me or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't care. You can test me, you yell at me, scream, you can throw something at me. I don't care. But don't put your head next to mine. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you're gonna get smacked. That's where you're gonna get smacked.
Two of them. Devin Adams goes, Bryant was super nice. I was helping him get cleaned off after Javanius kind of got into him. And then Brad Bishop goes to all questions for all three of you guys. Is boxing more dangerous than MMA?
We were actually just talking about this.
I think it is.
Like the continuous head trauma?
Yeah. That's why. It's because, look, in MMA, when you knock somebody down with a punch, you can go get on top of them and punch them 2-3 more times and put them to sleep right then, right?
Right, yep.
Or you can get on top of them, never touch them again, and choke them out and get the fight over with, right?
Sure.
Went 1 round, maybe 1 minute, and all that can happen, right? Okay. Boxing, you get a referee's discretionary time period, okay? You have a 2-ref system in that, right? You know that when boxing happens, the ref gets, boom, got cracked, right? We'll take Deontay Wilder for Tyson Fury for that one.
Right.
He got cracked. He fell down with that right and a straight right to the left hook, right? So Tyson's flat on the ground. He clears Deontay out to the neutral corner. There's another ref down there counting now. Okay, on the ring side. There's another ref down there counting. So now this ref then comes back, looks for the count, picks up the count from there. Now the count may change because now this ref is counting. And it's a different person than that one, right? So now I may count slower than that guy. So now you're getting extra seconds. They said ultimately when it comes to, because also when the guy gets up and says he's ready to go, you look at him again and say, are you good? You're rubbing off the gloves. You're looking at him. You push him back to a neutral corner. You grab the other guy from the neutral corner. All that time's added. You might get an extra whole minute, or maybe 45 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds when the whole process is done, right? Now the man, as a professional fighter, has cleared his head and his cobwebs.
Yeah.
So now he's up and he's ready to go, unless he's really blasted, right? So now he's learned how to defend himself. For example, i.e. Mayweather gets rocked a couple times, and now he's finished the round stronger because he understands defensive boxing, right? Well, next round, slips-ups get popped again. He can keep going and going, and this can keep happening. And the more times he goes, it's just head trauma. It's constant head trauma. Continuous, and it's swelling in the brain. It's not like MMA where you have 4-ounce gloves where you rock somebody. Take Thomas Gifford for it. That was a lot of trauma to his head, but it was 4-ounce gloves, and it was more of pretty much not like, it wasn't just swelling to the brain, like constant getting your head moved, like boom, constant punches. He took a lot, but that was about 1 round in boxing. He took 100 and something, and that was about 1 round in boxing when it comes to it. Yeah. You could in 3 rounds, you can have, 250 punches thrown or more, and 100 and some odd punches landed in 3 rounds of boxing to the head because they throw so much. So that continuous head trauma makes it hard. And that's why it's more dangerous, is because the one thing you can't exercise and train is your head and your brain. You can't do it. You can make your neck bigger like Mike Tyson. You can make your jawline a little bit thicker. You can make that. But you can't do anything about this lining that's in our brain where there's water that swells. It's either going to swell or it's not. People are either going to have a harder head than others, or you're not. You can't change what it is. It's that simple.
And unfortunately, did you see the article of how old was he? 27?
Patrick Day.
Yeah, that's so sad.
No.
But then I found out that then I was asking some guys who've been in boxing for a lot longer than I have. I was like, overall I don't want to say it, like average per year, he goes across the world, he would say 6 to 12 people die across the world in boxing. Ones that we don't know about that don't.
Wow, like Ukraine shit.
6 to 12. All these different ones, different organizations. Because how many different boxing organizations are there, and how many different levels of pro boxing are there, and how long? You know what I mean? There's so much of it out there. At least 6 to a dozen. It's crazy, and you think about that, it's like, wow,
it's scary.
It
scares me with him over here.
That's why I tell people MMA is safer.
The size of this. There's nothing going to happen to me.
MMA is
I'm not going to die.
MMA is safer because there's a way out.
I might say I'm crazy right now, but if I die, that'd be the way I want to die. In the ring, in the cage, on the mat, somewhere.
Right.
That's me. I might be crazy, but that's what I would like to be. If I die. I don't think I'm dying. I'm running 200,
I hope not.
I'm running 200 years old, I think. 200 years old.
Technology's getting good. Technology's getting a lot better.
Ricky Bobby said it best. With my pay level, and the amount of money I make, and the way that medicine is going these days, and the future, he goes, I could easily live to about 175, 200 years old.
I don't even know if I want to live that long.
In the morning, I piss excellence. Yeah. What do I do with my hands? Yeah. What do I do with my hands right now?
You ain't first, you last.
That doesn't even make sense, Ricky Bobby. That doesn't even make sense. You can be second, you can be third.
I'm
hell,
all
you can
jacked
be
up.
47th.
Dude. I'll be on you like a spider.
Yeah, I'll jump over this table like a spider monkey.
Everything about that movie.
That movie's so good.
Don't you stab your leg with that knife, Ricky Bobby. Don't you do it. I can't feel my legs. No, you can. The doctor says, hey, are you...
How many times have you watched Matt fight live?
Oh, I've watched him like 3 or 4 times.
You watched me do a couple grappling matches.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say fight. You just recently seen
Just
me
saw you fight.
May 4th.
And I had to ring girl, and shout out to Chelsea Skaggs. He walked in the ring, and I said, I need to sit down. I think I'm gonna faint. So she
You were
went round one
nervous.
for
You were
me.
nervous as hell.
Oh, that's not even. It's such an indescribable feeling
No.
seeing the person you absolutely love go in a cage and
100%
get punched
agree.
in the face.
Yeah.
You get more nervous for your friend or a teammate.
Right.
Fight.
Right.
Day
Yes.
long.
100.
Than you do for yourself. It's
100.
Fucking crazy. I don't understand it. Like I'm like, dude, why am I so nervous?
It's like, yo,
It's-
Bubba's fight is like, God,
It's
let's
one
go.
of my teammates. I
Yeah.
know he can do good. Why am I
When-
so fucking nervous? He's the one fighting.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I never could understand that. I was like, dude, something's wrong with
Some
me.
fights when Chris fights, I'm over here fucking sweating. And then there's like Mike's first fight against LeBron. Pete had to grab me and go, it's all right, dude. Calm down. I was
But
like,
you know what's so crazy is I feel like I have seasons where I'll sit on the cage and I'm like, this doesn't affect me at all. And I'll go through seasons where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so emotional. And I feel like right now I'm going through an emotional period. I don't know if it's because I have an emotional attachment to him.
Well, I'm
So
sure.
now I have an emotional attachment to somebody that's actually in the cage doing it.
You are a woman.
From before, I didn't really have that. So now I almost feel like I feel for that family or whatever. And
Right.
I'm just getting really emotional
Right.
cage side.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah, it's intense. It's
like
very
just with
intense.
being in it so much, like you just, you get attached to the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's like,
super nervous.
yeah, it's like
Crazy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I actually hate myself for it.
I know,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm like,
I'm not this baby over here.
Oh yeah. So Chris, I remember the last time at Orlando Live Event Center, the best fight we just had Karen at the podcast will drop next week, and we talked about punching for Pal November 9th the whole time. So there you go, Pete White. So we talked about Chris's. That was probably my favorite or second favorite MMA moment ever, right? Because he got hit a little bit at the beginning. It was like a comeback.
he got hurt.
Oh, there you go. So he got hurt. There, thank you. You could say it. I didn't want to say it.
he got hit.
He got hit, he got clean a little bit, and then he came back so hard and pop, put that man down asleep.
Sometimes you need to get hit.
Right.
Some people
And that
know
fight he did, because once he woke up, it was
Done.
disgusting.
Done. And like we went crazy. I like told Kara about it. I was like, there was like 12 of us in a circle jumping like we just won the World Series or the Stanley Cup. There's like drinks flying and everything.
yeah.
It was like insane.
When he got clipped, I'd never seen him get clipped that quick and that like get really hurt. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was just like, heart just started. I was like, all right, just range. I'm just trying to like pick your left hand up. Pick your left. Oh, you can't pick your left hand up. I'm yelling it because you can't pick your left hand up. And then all of a sudden, then his left hand comes up and goes, oh, he snapped out of it. We're good. And the dude couldn't hit him from there. He was actually making a miss a little bit. He
Right.
wasn't getting hit anymore. And I was like,
Wait, why'd you say me? What did you hear me or I?
no, I heard everybody, but
Oh.
my heart was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's just because I saw it right before
Right.
everybody else realized it. And I was like, shit. But no, he all of that happened in what, a minute? Was it 47 seconds or was it a minute?
I think it was a minute and a half and change, like you said, and it was two.
No, it was only like it was like a minute or it was like 47 seconds.
A minute, the whole fight.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
Wow. It was like two different fights.
It really
The other
was.
kid dominated for the first 26 seconds, and then Chris dominated for the other 30.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I saw your beer.
Oh, I got another one. You guys
Oh, but
make ultra?
okay, I got a question.
Oh, he got
You've been in the
like
game forever,
a
so
bar.
what is your favorite moment so far of being a part of it? Like,
Ooh.
even if you're either a part of it
Finding
or
me.
that's, you can say it.
He won't.
say it.
He won't. He's
What's
too
your
hard to
second
say.
favorite moment ever? We got you. We got you. We got you.
It's like a gun to my head.
Yeah. So what's your
Second favorite moment. Second favorite moment related to MMA, whether it was your moment or whether it was a moment you were just a part of.
Oh
Just the moment, being a part of like great success. Even though people are walking out of the ring getting knocked out, arms broken, people are losing fights, winning fights. Just being around a good atmosphere with a bunch of good atmosphere people instead of being around, it's exciting to see somebody walk in the cage and get their hand raised. And then, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it's a sad day when somebody walks out the cage and they're crying.
Right.
They just lost a fight. But, dude, that's motivation. To me, that's like, man, I don't ever want to be like that. And for me to be that person crying, because I've cried many a times getting my ass whooped. Because I didn't get my ass whooped because the guy was better than me. I got the ass whooped because my mental stage, I broke. I let the guy beat me. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a learning aspect. You don't stop learning. It's every day learning. And you think you know it all, but you don't. You keep learning. Every day somebody's teaching you something different.
The best sport in the world.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
Best sport in the world.
Agree.
Best sport in the world.
You can do this for 50 fucking years. You're always going to learn something from somebody.
Right.
And that's the best atmosphere ever. And then you're always going to have that person like, hey, listen, hey, you're doing this and you're doing that wrong. And you know what I'm saying? There's always somebody in that system trying to help you. Or you're trying to help somebody.
Right.
So that's what I love about it. It's positive. Everything's amazing.
And like the best fighters in the world, I guess the only one you can kind of say right now is Habib and probably John Jones. Like everyone, sooner or later, everyone loses. Everyone gets clicked sooner or later because you use the 4-ounce gloves. Like Dustin, right? Dustin was on a roll, beating everyone, walking through people. Straight up to Habib. It was a good fight. He had a little flurry there, but like sooner or later, everyone drops.
Does John Jones get beat?
Loses.
Does John?
John Jones gets beat by himself.
Let's be real for
No, you ready?
You ain't lying. That's
No,
not
that
the
is
only-
like
He
the-
beats himself.
that is on the
biggest
yeah.
enemy.
Who has actually beat him?
No one.
He lost because he got DQ'd.
Yeah, that was
No one's. He's never
Yeah,
lost.
no,
bro.
he's never
Like,
lost.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm on
It
your
is a
page.
DQ, but
I'm on
it
your
is a
page. He
DQ.
never lost.
best
no
ever in the
one beat his
octagon.
ass.
No one ever.
Made him. Besides Alexander Gustafsson, where I thought that could have went to Alexander's way.
Sure.
But besides that fight,
It was close.
besides that fight, no one's took him to that lengths.
But if you're gonna beat a champion, you
You got to beat the champion.
beat the champion.
Yeah.
You can't
I agree.
just
I get
win
it.
by a
Yeah.
slight.
I don't bring it up anymore because I understand and he is the GOAT, and I don't look
did
at
too.
it
I
any
thought
differently.
that fight John Jones did lose. I did think that, but in that world, you have to beat the champion. You have to beat his ass.
Oh, yeah.
Or finish him.
I think when at light heavyweight, to me, John Jones will go 400-0. I think when he goes to the heavyweight division, those guys just throw so heavy. He might beat Francis, Stipe, Derek Lewis, and then Greg Hardy gets him or something. Like
Who's his brother?
Arthur Jones?
How big is
Did
he?
you see that
Huh?
comment, babe?
How big is he?
Oh, he's a big boy.
Who's his other brother?
Chandler Jones.
How big is he?
He's a big boy. Defensive end.
John Jones will gain enough weight to be the baddest, biggest boy in that
No,
division.
the biggest heavyweight ever. I can argue he beat DC. DC was arguably the
What I'm
greatest
saying
heavyweight
is that
ever.
man has the body to gain weight like his
Oh,
brother.
for sure,
And he can
for
sit
sure.
up there and be athletic and gain that
But those guys
235
just
looking
throw
lean.
so heavy, man. Walt Harris, Overeem, they just throw
It's
so
just-
heavy.
It's
You don't think sooner or later?
heavy.
Oh. But not 250 pounds heavy.
But he throws heavy. His hands are like
No,
lunchboxes.
I agree, and I love Glover. I love
Huge,
Glover.
man. And
They are.
Glover's the nicest guy ever. But he
You can
throws
fit a whole
heavy.
sandwich in there.
He can. It's a 5-piece sandwich on his hand. It's huge.
Not foot long.
Yeah, like it's massive. And he like hits you with it, right? Like it's like double XL gloves. Who the hell knows? It's huge. What I'm saying is he has the body to go contend with that. Look at his family. Look what his families are. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? When he decides to say, I don't want to be around this weight and I want to put weight on.
It's going to be.
I
Yeah.
hope he does it.
Do you know
I'd
what
like
I'm
to
saying?
see it.
Oh, me too.
But you
Oh,
know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
That's
going to
the
be ticket sellers, that's for sure.
Oh my God.
The only
Yeah.
dude that's scary. The only dude that's scary right now for him is Nagano. Because if Nagano touches you.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's
the
all.
only one,
wins
though.
to the guy.
But that's anybody. That's
Yeah,
anybody.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. So
But
John,
saw Stipe beat him.
Hello, Sean Wells. We love you.
My boy Sean Wells just joined us.
what up? What up?
I gotta give him a
Sean
shout
Wells
out
was
to,
actually there when we first met.
Throw it.
Yeah.
Drop it.
I have to give him a shout out to Fight Sports Daytona and him whooping my ass today. And I did say it on the mic.
I watched it.
He doesn't do it very often. He's too old for me. Just kidding.
No, one thing is, so we'll go right back into the John Jones, kind of like gratifying. I think that's the right word. Like lately, 2 of the last 4 or 5 people have been on the show. One person just got a sponsorship, and that sponsor DM me and they're like, dude, we saw him or her on the podcast and like we like them and we're gonna sponsor them now.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like we're just, we're creating.
We're just creating magic over here.
We're creating currency. We're like a stock.
Yeah.
Like you gotta we might have to go
Invest in
public.
Fight Sports, and we pay it forward.
There you go. I like that. Eddie Martinez goes, John Jones versus Rumble. Book it.
It's a boring story.
It's okay. Like,
No, you ready?
Did you hear what
I
John
actually
Jo-
kind
did
of
you
agree
hear
with
what
that.
John
I
Jo-
think
Did you?
Jones I think Jones puts Rumble down pretty quick.
Okay, first of
I
all,
think he
no,
does.
Let's make this.
Rumble on steroids or
No, let's. Look, it's a simple equation.
Everything comes
It's a
out of his
very
mouth.
simple equation.
I love this.
When John Jones feels like getting the fight to the ground, it goes to the ground and then he chokes that man out.
Yeah.
If he wants to do what John Jones does and he takes the gamble of punching him in the face and getting punched in the face, that's the gamble that Rumble wants him to play. And then that's not an MMA fight. That's just a
And
striking
now
match.
that's Bananas.
Right?
That's what's up.
If he wants to stand with Rumble, then he's taking that chance of getting clipped.
Right.
didn't Rumble retire? Like,
But no, that's what I'm saying.
I
But
know
like,
he's retired, and he.
But if
he's
you-
doing bare knuckle fighting now, maybe that's gonna be better for him.
Yeah.
he hasn't really signed for that yet.
No, yeah, he just like helps. He like kind of
Yeah.
match makes or promote. Like he
They're
doesn't.
trying to work for it. I know. Like if you're going to keep him around for a while, that's the ultimate goal. Is hopefully probably talk him into it, right? So that's the idea. I mean, I completely from business side, I see that.
I don't think anybody's gonna beat John Jones. To be honest with you,
Right.
I don't think so.
Johnny Walker is the only. I'm not saying
I had
he's
this
gonna-
argument with someone.
He's
He's
the only one that has the explosiveness to catch him off guard. Other than that, John Jones is going to beat everybody.
I don't know. I disagree.
Yeah.
I
don't like Johnny
I
Walker
don't
at
think John
all.
Jones is gonna ever lose.
I'm not saying he will. I'm saying there's people who have a little bit better chances, and there's certain aspects. Johnny Walker has that explosiveness and that extra athleticism to catch John Jones sleeping and on something quick.
It's a
Right.
And
And
he
he
always
has
that
enough-
chance.
that's-
Oh,
Always
yeah.
that
But
chance.
each person has a little bit, like Thiago Santos. With that knee being fully there, he had a good
Right.
chance of catching John Jones with his wild strikes because that's when people get hit. You know what I mean? It's not about being super technical. Sometimes it's about you don't see that wild punch coming from the weird angle, and you get hit. But
Wow.
John Jones is the GOAT, and he'll probably stay undefeated, even though that DQ that we talk about is right.
I know that.
Maybe like 5 years from now, if John Jones can stay, and you've got all these young bucks coming up, all these kids that are hungry,
Yeah.
and
Odds are
there's somebody out there who's going to be hungrier than John Jones, and it's possible if he sticks around in the game long enough. I
Everyone.
don't think for the next 3 years he's going to get beat.
Odds are if he loses when he moves up to heavyweight at some point. That's when he loses on his record.
Who's he going to fight at heavyweight?
He could come across Nagano. He could come across somebody like that. That's just
Stipe?
Stipe.
That'd be something.
Yeah.
He could come across
Him
a couple
or
guys
Stipe would be insane.
We saw that Stipe can adapt in the middle of a fight, so that's different. You know what I mean?
God, yeah,
That's
those-
nice.
Stipe's jab.
Yeah. And he's long and he's a big guy and he knows how to wrestle. It's just one of those things that if he goes up to heavyweight, he could definitely still run the table. Don't get me wrong, John Jones is that talented, easily could run the table.
Devin Adams goes, yeah, Johnny Walker has potential for sure, and people are loving it. I'm the only one that doesn't see. I argued with someone about that like a couple of days ago, and you said it too. Like,
Are you thinking of the right guy?
yeah, Johnny
'Cause
Walker.
Dominic Reyes is the same type of dude.
No.
They kind of like almost similar.
Johnny Walker is the one that hurt himself with
Yeah,
the
okay,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
alright, gotcha.
He just had like 2 or 3 really short knockouts. Against weaker competition.
I get it, but Khalil Roundtree was punching this man in the face while he grabbed him by the back of the head and elbowed him twice in a row while he's getting punched in the face and put him to sleep. That means he can take a punch, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
So there's things in there that I'm saying that he can exploit with his athleticism.
Right.
Do I think John Jones can go 100% undefeated for the rest of his career? Yes, I do. Do I think that his most likely defeat will come in heavyweight? Yes, I do. So he'll probably run the table at light heavyweight for a while. But there are certain people that have a little bit of an X factor that can get him, but it probably won't happen.
Well, I mean, I maybe in the next 3 years, I don't see anybody beat him. But if he tries to push it more than 3 years, somebody out there is eventually bound to beat him.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
Right.
Khabib says he's only fighting for 2 because he said the same exact thing. He's like, you can't go undefeated forever.
Yeah,
And
it's true.
I would love to see GSP versus him, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't think GSP would be able to out wrestle Khabib. I don't think so.
You think I don't want to say out wrestle, but do you think he could nullify it? to where his striking comes into play.
I don't
To where
know.
that jab
And I think,
comes to work?
GSP's jab would
Yeah,
be the.
but last fight, Khabib's takedowns were fucking quick. And they're
Oh
amazing.
he's the
And he's
greatest at it.
strong.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
before him, who
I
do
don't
we say
know-
was the
I
best
don't know.
ever?
Huh?
Before him, who was the best takedown guy ever?
I think they said GSP was
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like he could maybe not win
and
it,
then Matt
but
Hughes in his prime too.
but
at
but
this time.
nullify
Right.
it. Just enough to
Matt
nullify
Hughes doesn't
it.
he's underrated with that
or
for sure.
enough to get up a few times more and to separate it and make Khabib tired enough. Because we know GSP can go 5 rounds, and you know he's got a gas tank. So they both got gas
He's
tanks.
not gonna be able to throw flashy kicks or
No, but
he's not gonna
that
be able to
jab
pop that
and
jab.
he can pop the jab.
But Khabib's so quick for the entry.
He's quick for the entry, but what I'm saying is if you can get him tired, Khabib will still stand in there and take his break with his feet.
maybe like a Dominic Cruz GSP, possible, but I don't.
Maybe.
don't
I think if he could just
it'd
get
be
up a few
something.
times and stuff a few.
It'd be something I would like to watch because
I'm not
I've always been a GSP fan. I've always been a Matt Hughes fan.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to copycat their style. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I like. I like
Right.
that shit. So
I mean, I definitely think Khabib could get him down, but I think he could do enough to make it an interesting fight on the feet. And also, we all know that GSP can catch you. And he can hurt
Oh,
you.
for sure.
yeah.
So like we were getting this podcast ready for the last week or so, and Nikki asked people to throw in some Q&A. So people did, which was awesome.
I'm kind of curious what they are.
And there were like 16, 18 of them. 10 of them I just didn't do. Like one was like, what's your favorite
You like
fruit?
fruit.
Like I was like, no, we're not going there with it. But there's some good ones. There's some good ones. We're going to go back and forth or something? Or all right, so we'll
He wants into this.
Oh, John loves these. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So some of them's for one, some of them's for two. We'll go back and forth. This one's for Nikki. This is Sarah from Ormond Beach. Do you get nervous when you're a ring girl?
Oh, I honestly think it depends where I am in my fitness. I think because I feel like a lot of girls could look at me and be like, "Dang, well, she just doesn't even look good." But at the same time, I think it comes with confidence. I have to be confident with who I am to be in a ring.
Okay.
So sometimes, of course, I'm a female. I falter with my confidence. So that's when I become nervous, when I'm not confident with myself and I know I haven't been working as hard as what I really can
Right.
on myself and my physical fitness. So I think that really plays into it. But other than that, I think it just comes with territory. Once I start doing it, once I get in there for a little while, all the nervousness goes away. I'm into the fighting. I'm concentrating on really what's going on in the ring, and my nervousness goes away. But yes, I do. I do
Okay.
get nervous.
Okay.
I think everyone kind of does when you are kind of,
Get nervous going to the store.
There you go.
Shit, who am
I
I gonna
always
run
forget-
into?
I always forget something. So
Yo,
I'm nervous that I'm literally going to forget
One
that
thing.
one time.
There's always one
Every
thing. Yeah, it's like, God dang, toothpicks.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Every time
Yeah.
I forget something.
So my final answer is I think
Yes.
I am nervous, but I don't hold myself accountable.
Okay. All right.
Great answer.
Yeah. Respect that.
All right, this is one for both of you guys from Susie from Daytona.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know who that is?
Oh, that's my wife.
Okay, I was
Yeah, it was her.
It's a good question. It says, Nikki and Matt, does your partner motivate you in your profession?
Ooh. I answer, baby.
That's a great question.
That is right.
For her, it's got to be. But it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a model girl and a ring girl, and I'm a fighter. I can't be going in there getting beat up and looking like shit. So it is a little bit of motivation on me. And then on her part, I'm not easy. I make her, she has to go to the gym. I train 7 days a week, 3 times a day. She's got to do at least 5 days a week. If not,
I can honestly say I am 24. I am in a transitional period in my life, as we all are, I'm
that
sure.
like 24 already.
So I think Matt is very good with keeping me on track. I've been known in the past to go out a lot, and
Keep my pimp band strong.
he's kept me in. He's kept me definitely going to the gym. I think seeing him work so hard and being so determined really pushes me to be the same way and really start to like work on myself. And then also, like I said before, I'm trying to get more of a regular work schedule so I can start training with him. Because what guy doesn't want his girlfriend on the mat with him or in striking class or what have you? And I think that'll definitely help me with ring girling as well because knowledge is power.
Striking class for sure. Babe, you didn't do the dishes last night. All right, come on, put on the gloves.
Go, bro.
With touch and move. My bad, babe. I didn't mean that. No, but
I know you saw that video of that girl and that boy sparring.
Yeah, that was awesome. The party.
Quick hook.
Oh, yeah, she knocked it
did.
right out.
Yeah.
Boom. I was like,
Billy Patton taught her that. Billy Patton.
I was like, you either lied to that girl either lied to you and she like took some shit back in the day, or damn, bro, you really slow.
I would have played that off. I'm like, oh, you hurt me, babe. Flying triangle. That's it. You're going to say.
But I appreciate that question because I feel like it kind of woke something up in my mind that I need to be more motivational for you. Just throwing that out there.
There you go. Man, it's like couples therapy. MMA therapy.
Ding, ding.
We help people here at Fight.
Yeah, that's what we do.
We're helping people.
One ear out the other. Tomorrow she won't even remember that.
Oh, hush.
Next one's just for Matt. It's Matt from Arkansas. He goes, in a fight, would you rather be in a stand-up or on the ground?
On the ground.
I mean, of course, on the ground, but I prepare for anything.
Right.
I love to be on the ground because I think it's easier for me and I have a better advantage. But once I got older and a little bit smarter, I like to bang.
Right.
I like to trade shots. And it's not that bad to get knocked out because you just take a quick nap. You wake up.
For
you're fine.
you.
I mean, it's not that really that bad. I've been knocked out. I've been hit hard. I've been through it all. So I don't.
With that, would it be more satisfying for you to get a Philly hook knockout or to get that rear naked choke? And it's like, or a win's a win.
A win, dude. I was always told by my first coach, it don't matter how fucking boring you win by a fight.
Right.
W on your record, it's all that matters. It don't matter. Now, where you're gonna have an excuse? Oh, I lost because I took it easy. I didn't take him to the ground. I don't do any of that. I don't do any of that excuse.
Okay.
So I'll take a win, wherever the way I want to do it. But for the jiu-jitsu community, because I 100% support the jiu-jitsu community. Of course, I want to win every match by submission.
By a guillotine.
And of course, I want to prove to everybody that you cannot stop my guillotine. I do have the best guillotine, and I've had over 500 grappling matches, and I've got almost 200.
Really, that many?
I got.
That's insane.
Like when I was a white belt, I competed, dude. Like, I was under my mom and dad. You know, I didn't have any bills. I didn't have any cars.
Right.
I didn't have anything. Yeah. My mom, can I do this?
Those were the days, weren't they?
And it was
Those
so
were the
awesome.
days.
So, like,
Mom, Dad, I'm moving back.
I'm moving in tomorrow. But like that was the time. Like white belt, green belt, blue belt. Dude, I went every week. I think every week I went to a different. And this is new breed. Like new breed, I started at new breed, and new breed was good. I would cut down like 3 weight classes to be able to compete. Because at the time you could do. At the time, new breed was like 145 to 155, 155 to 169, 169 to 180. So I can compete in all those brackets and no gi, absolute. And I was just going against anybody and everybody.
That's insane.
And, by the time I hit purple belt, I was 200-300 grappling matches. And then the time when I was like, you know what? I don't want to do MMA no more. I took 3 years off. And I went and just competed. I called every promotion, every show. I wanted to beat the best grapplers. I wanted to go against all the best grapplers.
Right.
I didn't want to go with a brown belt. I didn't want to go with a purple belt. I wanted a black belt. I seen blood. I wanted to go in there and show them, listen, I will beat you. I work harder than you, and I'm faster than you, and I'm stronger than you. And that was my motive throughout the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And I achieved it. But right now it's like, hey, I want to get back in MMA. I need to make it to the top again. I can't be slacking off anymore. I did 3 years of slacking off.
Right.
It's time to work. It's time to get my record back up there.
Before your question, John, Brad's asked this twice. What did you think about? You were there, or you saw it. What did you think of Matt versus Violent Bob Ross? Split decision.
First round, I would have gave it to Matt.
Okay.
And second round, it was definitely Bob.
Yes.
Definitely heard him. Definitely did that. It was. In our eyes, when we always talk about it needs to be more 10-8 rounds,
yep,
that was close.
Yes.
Because of the way he got hurt and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
But he definitely came back and won the third round, so it's either a draw or I would have gave it to Matt just like the scorecard said, which is fine. Because that's really how it kind of played out. We were talking about when the fight was going live, we were in the back eating, and we were watching it. Oh, yeah, I love that part. They gave you buffet. It was awesome. Ice cream.
The UFC buffet?
It's free ice cream, too.
Oh, my God.
It was ice cream afterwards. It was
Anything
great.
with ice cream, 100%.
And so we were watching it, and that's what we were talking about the whole time. We are like, man, he probably pulled it out that third round. He really dominated the wrestling and really,
Oh, Brennan's on.
did all that. So
I just saw he just got a combat night fight on the 2nd, November 2nd. I love Mason Brennan. Oh my gosh, knockout king. Love that kid.
I was the one that got his foot in the door in MMA.
Nice.
He was training under the Jungle MMA, and the Jungle wouldn't give him any.
Really? I didn't know that.
He'll tell you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jungle MMA wouldn't give him an opportunity to fight. So
Mitchell goes, the ice cream bar is the best part.
Oh my God, you're so. Like,
Man, I got to talk to Brennan about that. I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, so Brendan. Well, Brendan didn't come to me, but Brendan started training at the gym I was training. He was coming on open mats, and he would do one round, run outside, throw up, come back in, do another round, go outside, throw up.
Love it.
He's not even lying.
And this guy, like, my first time rowing, I'm like, dude, this guy's never done any grappling. This fucking guy's a monster, so strong. Yeah. He's so competitive. And then, you know what I'm saying, like, I would see him go run outside, throw up, and right back in a minute break, you come back and roll again. I'm like, this kid's got heart. I was like, you know what? I'll talk to him. And I talked to him. And I was like, hey, I didn't know him very much. I was like, hey, you know, you should fight. You're fucking good. Yeah. You know, and he kept coming. And then we end up, me and him and his brother, we end up getting a place after like 6-7 months of training together. We all moved into Sanford and we started living together. And then that's when the guy was like, I want to fight. So, of course, I hit up Mitch Somali, call him at night and say, hey, put Brendan on. And I don't know if he got him in. I don't even remember.
We saw his first fight.
Yeah.
I don't remember where his first fight.
Yeah, 13
It was
seconds.
for coming out, right?
Yeah, was that Gil?
Yeah, Gil. Yeah.
That was the night that
Yes.
Christensen won his
Yeah.
So I hit up Mitch and told him I was like, you need to put this guy on. And then I don't remember if he did fight for him or not, but he went 3-0. Quick fucking knockouts. I think he did like
3 or 4
I saw
months.
the first two.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
3 fights under in a minute. Like, didn't even have a minute time in the ring.
Then
I'm like,
he fought like in Cocoa Beach or something, I believe.
fought, I think he fought for
Like in
a
Mil-
Muscle show one time.
Yeah, and it didn't go well, I don't think. I think he lost that like in a decision, I think.
I don't know. I don't remember.
The last one he fought was the Shelby and Taylor fight.
Yeah.
And then
And Jax.
But I think he's been working hard, and
Yeah, I like me some Brennan.
I think he's gonna come back, and he's a problem when he gets bigger. When he gets more competitive
Here
in
you
the
go,
sports.
babe. Grappling match: Craig Jones versus Jacare. Fusion all day.
I mean, we're talking about jiu-jitsu guys, or we're talking about MMA guys. Jacare is a monster, but we got Craig Jones is 100% active that competes against the best competitors, against the guys in MMA guy that knocks fucking people out.
Right.
It's a different atmosphere. If Jacare trained every day, 7 days a week, all the time jiu-jitsu, of course you would know who win out of that. But Jacare is training for MMA fights.
Right.
He's doing boxing.
He's fighting
Muay Thai.
Blakovich like in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, he's fighting.
It's a tough fight.
Yeah, that is.
He's training every day for an MMA fight. He's training for a fight, not a grappling match. So it's kind of hard to react to that. If you put him in a full 10-week camp of just straight jiu-jitsu against Craig Jones, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jacare would beat him.
That's awesome.
He looks more energized right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, Jacare, he took a time off. He stepped away. He went on vacation with his family, traveled the world. He took like 2-3 months off and went through his phase. Every man in this sport does.
Right.
Came back, and he's just, every day I see him in the gym, he's smiling, giggling, having fun, and working hard. And I see a different Jacare, and I see a way scarier and way powerful Jacare.
Damn.
When he's smiling, having fun, that's so scary. That means fight days.
You are in trouble.
He's been in the gym every night, just giggling, laughing, and having a great time.
Dang, that's...
And he's got to feel healthier cutting to only 205, right? He's got to feel
Oh,
healthier.
my God, yeah.
You don't even have to cut any weight.
That's what I'm saying. It's so much better.
Then you walk on 215, 220.
So much better.
And glides right down. I think you're healthier that way.
For sure. For sure.
That's good. All right, so I got this one comes from Money Motts, which is William Motts.
Yeah, Money Moats. I love this kid. I love this kid.
He's from the 386, so he's from here. Yeah. So he's from Ormond Beach specifically. Yeah. The first question is for you, Nikki. How many KOs have you seen live?
Oh, wow. A lot.
A lot?
I couldn't even tell you. I probably...
That's a hard one.
So many. I probably work either 5 to 8 fights a year, if not more.
What's your most memorable?
Wow, my most memorable. Who was it for?
You gotta say Brennan. When Brennan killed his fucking guy.
No. It was a main event. I think it was for Combat Night.
Kilburn likes your cup.
I think it was for Combat Night. This kid got knocked out, right?
Okay.
He wakes up. He's like, the fight's not over. The fight's not over. He starts like biting off his like
Calm
gloves.
Calm
Biting
You're
off
right.
his gloves. They're like trying to pin him against the cage, right? And I'm like,
Really?
I'm not getting in there.
That was-
I'm not getting in there.
That was the one in Orlando, right?
Was it? Yes. And so he starts biting
I've
off
seen
his
that one.
gloves. He's
Wow.
not done. He's like ready to go for it again. And I was like, oh, here we go. So they finally trap him out of the cage. He climbs the outside of the cage.
No, he
To
doesn't.
get, to get back inside.
Okay.
So one of his teammates choked him out, and they took him out by stretcher.
Here you go, sir.
It was crazy.
Dude, that is
That
crazy.
is the craziest knockout I've
what
ever
you're
seen in
doing.
my life. It
That
was
is crazy.
insane.
Hell
I
of a
was scared
story.
for myself.
Yeah. That's why we love it.
Yeah, it was
Now,
crazy.
Matt, for you, he recently just had his first amateur fight.
Yep.
Oh.
So he says, do you have any tips for an 0-1 amateur?
The tip is listen to
Give
your
it to him, baby.
coaches. And the best quote I've ever was told is not what you're doing inside the gym that matters. It's what you're doing outside that counts.
Okay,
That's the biggest thing.
if you would say someone who's training to fight should definitely find a gym,
Yes.
like a home, like you were
Like
talking
a
about.
like a legitimate gym. Like, of course, I'm on the Fusion XL, thing, and I'm gonna tell you find a gym that is like Fusion XL, where they're bringing fighters throughout Florida, and you're seeing everybody from every gym traveling to Fusion because that's where a fight team is. That's where Orlando's united and they're getting together and they're fighting. You don't have to just have that. You just got to find a group set of guys that you can depend on that's going to train not just for themselves. They're not going to like hit you up when they have a fight. Then when you have a fight, they don't want to hit you up. There's a lot of motherfuckers
I
like
just
that.
saw your smile
They'll
on the
hit you
face.
up, hey bro, can I get pad work for the whole week? And then you ask them, hey, can you come in and help my guy? That I need them to get some rounds. You can't get them in there. So it depends. You just got to find a group set of guys, a good coach that's going to be on your ass and not going to be like, oh, you can take it easy today because you had a hard day. You need somebody that's going to push you to your limits and let you know, hey, you're doing this wrong, doing that. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be mean. If he's not mean, then he's not going to teach you anything. You have to. You have to have that coach that's like, you fucking suck.
Love it.
You need to work on your wrestling. Your fucking wrestling's garbage. And we deal with that with Julian. Julian will tell you straight up. He ain't going to lie to you. He'll be like, dude, your wrestling's garbage. I was like, you're probably better off to wrestle the kids. And that motivates us. All of us.
Yeah.
And we're like, motherfucker, we're going to work. Like, we're going to prove you wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I that's what I think. But everybody's opinion is different. But get in a gym, train smart, take days off, and rest, and and
Keep grinding.
keep grinding, and,
Right.
and do your extra things. You're running, you're shadow boxing. That's important. You're stretching, all that accessory shit that you need. I think that's gonna work.
Man, love it. This is and I think you guys answered this already. This is from Josh from Orlando. For Nikki and Matt, have you guys ever been on the same show? Was it the May 4th combat night?
Yeah.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
May 4th, and then grappling competitions. A couple of the ACL shows, Wanacondas.
Way back in the day.
Back in the days, yeah, we've been a few
Cool.
of them together.
Okay.
So
All right, from your boy, from the man, Jacob Kilborn.
I like this guy.
From Clarksville,
I like him.
Tennessee. Nikki and Matt, number one thing local/regional MMA is missing.
Who?
And then he has another question for you.
Oh, what are they missing?
Oh, you can eat buffet after weigh-ins.
That's the best answer ever.
And you have to have ice cream.
We can definitely hang out.
In the history of Fight Bananas, I think Matt's stealing the show. Best answer ever.
all good.
Ice cream bar.
He's
gotta
my
be-
favorite too.
And the thing is, like, you have to have like a mixture, like Chinese. Then you got your pizzas.
How about the
That's what I had
Yes.
at the UFC.
It was a
Chinese
mixture?
and a mixture. There was a whole bunch of shit.
Yes.
And then
Wait,
we had-
sushi?
They didn't have that.
Okay.
I had seaweed salad though.
See, I don't really care about the sushi part. I
But
fuck with it,
I had
but
all
I
the
don't
other
care
stuff,
about it.
and then there was like some other stuff. Like there was also like a Cajun part too, or something like that with the shrimp. But then there was ice cream.
Put Golden Corral, CC's Pizza, and you put
CC's is that
Jersey
joint.
Mike's Catering.
Yeah, put it all
Damn, that's
together.
dope.
Just food in general, everything.
So you were at the UFC for 40 straight hours.
And you
I want the
better eat
number
all the time.
one. The number one, like, wow, the UFC did this for me. The number one thing. I know 8 of them, but what was like the one you're like, oh my god, yeah.
The ice cream.
Was it the ice cream? Was it the ice cream bar? Was it that hat? What was the number one thing you're like, man, this bed's comfy?
I slept on an air mattress. that I popped and
Yes, that
that
was
I
the
popped
one.
and broke the night after the fight. Oh,
How
yeah.
do you do that?
Because I tried to smush it down next to the dresser.
I love
and
this,
the dresser
man.
had like a little like
Corner on
handle
it.
that was like sharp,
so
and I
poke.
slammed it down and it goes shh.
And you're like,
I was
oh, there it goes.
So the last night after I've
You
had a
slept on
couple
the floor.
bourbon and whiskeys, I slept on the floor I'm pretty much just on the floor with a pillow.
I mean, that's when I go to
I
the
think we've
hotel,
all
I
done
sleep
it.
on the floor.
I mean,
sleep on the floor. I don't know. It's just
Everybody just
Since
laughed
the
at
thing-
me in the morning. They're like, "What happened?" I was like,
it's the thing since I was a
broke it.
kid. I always sleep on the floor. I would go underneath the sink, and lay, because I was always weird about fucking hotels. Like,
It's okay, baby. I'll sleep on the floor
but
with
that,
you.
you know what I'm saying? But like these beds, they're like soft, like real soft. They're bending out. Like, who the fuck has been on that shit? Who's been on it? What's been on it?
Right.
And yeah, this is the weird questions you gotta think.
Before going to that one, I was going to say I got more on it.
Oh yeah, no. It's always the buffet. I always look forward to the buffet.
Yeah.
I always look
So I guess
buffet.
that's what Orlando needs. You know what? I actually,
You said Kilburn,
when I worked for Alessi Promotions, they actually took us up in VIP, and they had a pretty good VIP buffet. So that was nice. Yeah.
Buffet for sure.
Anything with free food, is
Right.
nice.
absolutely. I never turn out free food.
Never.
Never.
We gotta come back to this because he's got
Yeah.
one more for him.
It just and there's like 4 more, so we'll just even
feel
up.
it. I feel
Okay. Walt from Panama City. I love me some Panama City. Nick and Matt, what's your dream travel spot?
We've never really talked about that.
Backyard.
It's gonna be it's gonna be somewhere
Backyard.
warm because Matt doesn't like to be cold.
I don't like cold at all.
I just went to
I
Alaska,
like
and
that.
that was like, I will
30
never
31
fucking go
31
with you
years
to
of
Alaska.
this torture. My joints hurt. I don't like going out in the cold. I like the warm.
I can tell you when it's gonna get cold.
I guess we could talk about it now.
Really?
Baby. Where do you want to go?
Where do I want to go? I don't like traveling. I don't like people.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
See what I deal with.
If we had a like a Taco Bell like
What?
getaway,
What?
like
There
it's
is
just
one. I don't know where it's at, but there is one.
I would fucking be down for that. After
My
the wait-
man!
after-
So where,
after-
though?
No, it is.
I don't even care. If
It's like in the
Orlando,
Bahamas or
fine.
something. I
It's
think
a
it
Taco
really
Bell
is.
resort. I
Yeah, it's
swear
a
to
Taco
Jesus,
Bell
they
resort.
do
It's like
Taco
in
Bell
Bahamas,
Resort.
something like that.
And I just
Puerto
got done from
Rico.
a weight cut,
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'd be at least 300.
Chill by the
Okay.
pool.
Yep.
You know, chill by the pool and just eat nacho supremes all day long.
Yes.
Cheesy gordita crunch.
Yes.
And Baja Blast Mountain Dew.
Double decker tacos.
Yes.
They're so underrated.
Baja Blast Mountain Dew with Crown.
Whoa.
I just drink the Crown straight.
whoa.
I'm good on the rocks.
Well, I mean, I gotta mix it. I'm a vagina. I'm sorry.
All right, hit your second
this is
Kilburn
the other
one. That's
we
from
are-
Matt,
we
right?
almost got into it. Best game plan this is from Jacob Kilburn again. Best game plan to beat Khabib.
That's a hard one right there.
Just Jorge Masvidal him. Just throw a flying knee.
Oh my gosh, you
I don't know if that's gonna
That was crazy, bro. Can we talk about that? I was
I
like,
would-
what?
I would try to elevate the game plan of Dominic Cruz and TJ Durso and try to combine there and stop his takedowns. I don't think he can. I don't think he has anything else. But I'm a Khabib fan, so I couldn't tell you about that one. That's an answer I can't tell you.
So, well, no one can tell us because no one has beat
Yeah,
him.
he's got to know at
So-
the end of this
He's got to
record.
get a bunch of bears, jump in a bear cave, and start wrestling bears.
You know,
and I guess that's what he's gonna have to learn.
I bet you beat him by getting a bear suit.
Yep.
Getting a bear suit.
Leslie from Tampa for Nikki. She asked, "Do you ever get tired of hearing about MMA?"
I get tired of it.
No.
No?
I eat, sleep, breathe MMA.
I'm like that too. I can't get enough.
It's almost like an addiction. It really
Right.
is. I want to know more. I want to do more. I want to work more. I want to be involved more. I feel like I go through times where I'm not working in the MMA world, and I'm just like, oh, when's the next fight?
Right.
Oh, and I'm like looking at my calendar, and I'm like, oh, when do I get to go again?
Right.
So no, I don't ever get tired of hearing about MMA.
Okay. Emily from Hollywood. I would assume Hollywood, Florida, instead of Hollywood, California. But for Nikki, have you ever wanted to try acting?
What's funny, I actually used to do like Broadway reviews
Really?
when I was
nice.
a child. So I've done a little bit. I have thought about it, but it's not something I've really looked into.
Okay.
I've been more about like modeling and photography just because it's something that sparked my interest. But, you know, maybe I will one day.
There you go.
If you have any tips, DM me.
There you go, Emily.
There's
There you
nothing I
go.
won't try once.
She said.
Barry from South Carolina for both of you. Nikki and Matt, what's your favorite restaurant spot?
Shit, I don't think we have one of those.
He likes Gators.
I don't know. I mean,
It's like a sports pub.
He likes
yeah,
sports pubs.
Gators
Yeah.
Dockside. I like fucking
Okay.
wings and shit. But
Right.
We frequent there. Mine
I
is
can't-
Carrabba's because I worked there.
food in general, it don't matter what it is. As long as it's food and it's cheap and it's fucking good, I don't care.
You know what my favorite thing is? I usually work super late, and I
Steak
always
and
come
shake.
home
Steak
to
and
a
shake.
home cooked meal by this guy right here.
I cook some
So
fucking meals.
Matt's
That's
house
what's
is my
up.
favorite
That's what's
restaurant.
up. There you go.
I'm Irish and Italian. I can fucking cook.
That's what's
So
up.
I appreciate you for cooking all the time, babe.
I always cook.
You're the best.
And do the dishes.
He really
And you do
does.
the dishes?
I have to.
That's
Because
so
she's
good. You're so
in a
good.
coma after eating. She's sick. I legitimately.
Food comas are the
love
best sleep, though, bro.
Sleep
Food
is
comas
the
are the best
best,
sleep.
I
Legitimately,
swear.
I feed her. I
And the
feed
dog.
My dog. My
Which
dog
eats anything and
my
everything,
dog
including
eats
chocolate
better
ice
than
cream.
Any of us. Like, legitimately.
Right,
eats better than any
right.
of us. I feed both these, and by the time I'm done eating and doing and getting like, hey, I'm about to put you on dishes, they're both snoring and relaxing. I'm like, motherfuckers. But
Wow.
I like cooking. I like dishes, so nobody can bother me. I just get them out
Right.
on the road.
Yeah.
Get
That's
out of there,
kind of
nobody bothers me. It's my private time.
one of the best comments ever right here, John, from Brad Bishop. The key to beating Khabib is
Peace, boy.
Michael Beast Boy Davis. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I don't when Mike gets there, I don't think Khabib will still be there. But I talked to Mike on the Fight Bananas podcast before Ariel.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That was John, by the way. I said, because Israel did it in 19 months. He really did. He became debut to UFC middleweight champion in 19 months. And I was like, Mike, you want to do that? He's like, nah. I want that slow take, ladder, step. I want to go through there. So, when it's there, it's like, shh, it's mine.
I think that's the best way to go about it
That is the
because,
best way to go out.
for sure, and also that's the best mindset to have.
Yeah, because if it happens, it happens. But he doesn't have that.
But also, I think it's the best realistic mindset.
For
'cause
sure.
he's looking at Murderer's Row right now. 145. 145 is Murderer's Row.
He
Like,
hasn't-
it's a
he
hell
hasn't
of a
fought at
division.
45 yet, has he?
No,
Yeah, that's what I'm
He
saying.
does.
And he's looking
And
at
he just fucking killed this guy at 55. And this
Yeah.
guy wasn't a small guy.
Oh,
no, tall guy.
So
yeah,
pretty big
but-
guy.
tall.
So we're talking about it at the 145 pound level. I don't think many people is gonna handle it. And he punches hard as shit.
Right.
He's not only punches hard. He's that guy who punches hard, but he punches accurately. He really
Precision
knows,
and power.
He has he really knows where your liver is in your body, and he will find it. He knows where to kick you in the calf the right way. He knows where to land the right and the hook and where it's going to land. He sees openings and he puts them there like a boxer does. He
And
doesn't
he's a
just put them there
very
like
good
a
It's like playing
striker.
chess.
He's
It
a
is.
very,
You
he's
know
a
where
very
your
good
moves are
grappler.
going
yeah.
to
Very
be,
good
where they're
grappler.
going to be more.
Not a lot of people know that yet. In a way, right? He is
Me and him-
underratedly.
Me and him have some fucking battles.
There was-
Me and him
there
go
was-
back and forward.
In the warm up with Paul, when him and Paul were rolling in the warm up, I literally just looked at Pete and I said, "Damn, there was some magic happening back there." That
Really?
was looking
Paul-
smooth.
Paul's a
Paul is
monster.
one of the best jiu-jitsu and MMA coaches I've ever been around.
He was looking
Nice.
so smooth. Mike was looking so smooth with what they were doing in there, just transitioning to submission to this and that, throws, this, all that kind of stuff. By the time I was done, we both looked at Mike and said, "Mike, Paul's gonna whoop your ass in training next week for what you just did." It was great. He looked.
Yeah.
Paul was very happy with the way he warmed up and everything like that. So
Paul
that was great.
Paul and it's an awesome feeling. I've had Paul in my corner. It's one of the best feelings in the world to have.
Right.
Have the legend and the best of the guy in Florida as a coach.
Yeah.
Right beside you. That just brings you up to another level. You're like, there ain't nobody beating me in this motherfucking building.
Right.
He fought in the UFC, he fought in Pride, he fought.
Yeah.
a lot of
No, the
men.
podcast that you and I did, I dropped it Saturday, and the picture is the corner. It's Mike in the middle with you, Paul, and Pete, and you're doing that. The good point.
I've seen it, yeah.
That's the best picture. Any picture, I'm doing a fist or the point.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
It's absolutely.
Or
You
this
know-
guy.
I'm not into that. I
No?
do this a lot.
usually
I do that a lot.
Be a jiu-jitsu
I
thing.
do this.
Ah!
I do this.
Always. Always. videos.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
See, my problem is like I used to do like the piece, and I broke my hand so many times. You know, when I was little, I broke my hand so many times, so my pinky automatically goes up.
So everyone's thinking you're doing
every picture, I'm like, I have a little pinky out. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then you know what? I was like, you know what?
just own it.
I just owned it. I was like, now it's just this is my gang sign. This is my
Oh
symbol.
my gosh, that's awesome. Man, do you guys have anything else off your plate? Anything else you want to say? Any kind of fights?
I just want to say that I appreciate all of the promoters out there that have put me on their shows and have believed in me. I hope I will be around for a lot longer and a lot more fights. Maybe some bare knuckle action. I'm going to throw that out there.
They're making a home.
I'm looking to step into bare knuckles one sooner or later.
So, hey, put us on a fight together.
I started
Really?
I started back in St. Cloud back in our days. We used to do bare knuckle fighting. A lot of
That
bare knuckle
scares
fighting.
me with him.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I used to go in a dog pen. We get a kennel, 10x10. We'd
Right.
and we'd fucking trade punches. Like we did this in BVL, Kissimmee, Point Siena. Even Mitch will tell you he came from Polk County. We used to go out there and fuck Polk County up.
Well, who was in your corner, babe?
What?
One of the best bare knuckle fighters.
Oh, Level Martinez at the time. But
Level, yeah. He is incredible. If you don't know him, look him up.
How good is Jim Allers in bare knuckle?
Ooh.
He's like perfect for it. And like and one thing I talked to him about, like I just look, it's toe the line, and as soon as they say go, like Jim is throwing the overhand right. Like he's like he might be a half second early, but it's better than being 4 seconds late. Like Jim Allers is like boom.
Jim is the beast. I'll give him that. 100% beast.
Right.
He's destroying it. He's fucking shit up.
I love it, man. Co-main event again.
Like I said, like you said, or like you just said, like he's towing the line, but he's made a commitment to like,
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go no matter what, so let's go. So,
Yeah.
And the guy standing across the line isn't always ready to go.
Yeah,
And that's a problem, man.
Yeah,
Not
he's
ready
like the
to go.
Mike Tyson of
Right.
bare knuckle.
He's
I'm telling you.
Sure, I like that because he's committed. He's like, I'm going to go. Right
Yeah.
there, heavy.
I
hard.
love it.
It's great.
Yeah, swing for the fence.
He's doing great. I think he's
You guys
doing
have any social media platforms that you want to put out there? Anything like that before the
Oh yeah, plug away.
Plug it.
My Instagram is Nikki Alberigi. Literally my name.
Alberigi.
Albert E.G. And this guy, what is yours? Matt.
It's Fusion XL on Instagram, and then it's Matt Ferraiolo on Facebook.
There you go.
If you want to follow me, you'll see me at the gym. Fusion XL, baby. I'm always at the gym. So that's where you find me. And, of course, my open mats on Sundays in Castleberry. It's my thing, my gym, and my rules, my things. So you guys are more than welcome, everybody. Thank Combat Night for allowing me to come back and fight for you guys December 7th. Mitch, you're the man.
There you go. December 7th. I can't wait.
December 7th, I'm going to wreck this
Coconut
fucking guy.
Creek.
I'm going to wreck this guy. This guy thinks he's a jiu-jitsu guy. Teach him a little. I'm going to teach him a little bit. Teach him a little bit of something. His 2-0 record, he's going to be 2-1.
Taking his
The O's got to go.
O's
The O's got to go.
O's gotta go.
O's got to go. And me representing Fusion. If I'm representing Fusion, there's no such thing as losses. There's no such. Those guys, you got the best guys coming out of that camp. And not many of them lose.
Right.
We don't lose very much. So I'm not letting none of them down, and I'm not letting myself down. I'm not losing no more. I've been fucking around a little bit too much. Now, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna show. So I'm gonna come out there and I put the work in on the mats and I do my time. And I'm gonna come out there and show everybody what I got.
Hell yeah.
And
Awesome.
I know I work better than my opponent, harder than my opponent. So
Right.
ain't nobody's gonna outwork me.
Love it.
My next fight is, go
Shocking.
ahead. Why?
Represent Burger King.
Get it.
My next
Okay.
fight is November 2nd with Mitchell Shamal and Combat Night.
Orlando.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah. Shout out to Justin Henslin, which
Okay.
is my best friend. He's a heavyweight kickboxer, and he is going to have another fight for Combat Night.
There you go.
He just recently lost his belt. It was a very good fight, but he is on the road to regain it. So, very proud of him.
There you go. John, you have any last little tidbits? Funny joke?
Big news coming for our little side of the world.
Oh yeah, big news. Oh yeah, XFN.
At some point.
Oh
we'll see
yeah.
what happens.
Yeah. Can I know about this?
When it's time.
I'm gonna call Daniel K myself.
When it's time,
I got him on
we'll
speed
definitely-
dial.
We got some stuff that we're thinking about. We got some plans coming up. But biggest thing is, come check out our Port Orange Power Boxing show for Pete White Boxing and MMA.
Wait, hold on. Is there gonna be ring girls at this show? Because I feel a little left out here.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
P. White, hit me up.
Maybe I know somebody that knows somebody.
Oh, you know somebody that knows. Excuse me.
But that's it's all for raising money for our Port Orange Power organization that is 100% funded by donations. So this whole thing is going to help fund the new boxing program that we're trying to get going here in Daytona Beach, Port Orange, and Ormond and all that.
It's all boxing?
Well, it's just for the POW program it is. But we still do the whole MMA thing at our gym. But we're trying to start a little POW program and get that going with the boxing because.
You having trouble?
Yes, I am.
Don't hurt the Mazadov picture, bro. Don't hurt that picture.
We've had a POW boxing program in the area. I'm not even sure if we've ever really had it before. So this is kind of.
That's awesome.
It wasn't around when I was growing up. At least that I didn't know about it. So
I heard through a bird that there might be an amazing giveaway item.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there might be a great
That's what I
one.
hear.
Don't you have a giveaway item?
Oh yeah, we do. We got to give away
You
a
almost
Fusion.
forgot.
Yeah, we're giving away a Fusion CBD pen and 2 oils. We're just doing that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how do you pick who it is coming from?
Where's
Who's going to?
We have to pick a comment, and then you have to subscribe to the Fight Bananas YouTube page. But that's I forgot the pen. It's at home, but it's
Vote for Ferraiolo.
Whoa! We might have to send
he
it.
wants it.
SD Dumas, what's up, my man? We're giving away the pen, 2 oils. It's like $130. We're just giving it away. I was in a good mood.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Fusion CBD, that's what's up.
From
My old
Fusion
ass
XL.
needs some of that CBD.
Some of that cream,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Get it.
Dude, I'm telling you. I'm 35 and I feel like
Just roll,
23
put it
years
on
old.
aching pains. You just roll, put it on your aching pains.
I'm gonna need like a
Ooh,
gallon.
that looks
Hey.
good. Nice and creamy.
Just bathe in it, right?
That's what she said.
I think I
Dump
just
it
felt
on.
way better by just smelling it.
There you go. We're making people feel better.
Sponsored by Still Nutrition.
Brad, come on now. We're just making currency. We're creating currency.
So,
Wait, what are these cards here,
And a
mister?
joint giveaway.
Oh, those were
Shit! My mom just joined. That's cool.
questions.
My mom just joined. What's up, mom?
You want to answer some of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
About it. Why not? Let's just do like a fast money.
Yeah.
round.
10 seconds or less.
You want
half?
some too?
we're gonna go.
Oh, we're gonna
like
show you what.
alternate.
Oh.
Ooh,
Ah.
I like this.
All right.
Pick five. Don't
Kilburn.
look at it, just set it straight
I'm
up.
not.
No, don't look at it.
I'm not looking at it.
1,
You know
Oh, that's
she's looking
two.
at it.
2, 3,
They're liars.
4.
I want a green one.
Okay.
Oh, you pick 5.
Wow.
Five.
We have to ask you. So
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
keep it here.
I
It's in
almost
front of you.
went like-
John, this is probably the second best idea you've ever had.
I'm the professor.
I love
Do
it.
this. All right. Fast money round.
But
Yeah, 10 seconds or less.
You ask him those because she pulled them. And
Oh, my man.
There we go.
My man. And some of these are for boys and girls. We'll see. Okay, you ready?
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Oh shit!
For you, last book you read.
I don't read.
Okay.
So fun. Fight prediction. Can't make that up. Your fight prediction, December 7th.
Murder.
There you go.
Someone's dying. All right.
I love it.
You, Kanye West or Taylor Swift?
Kanye.
Oh shit, hit it, Kanye.
What's your favorite app?
Bumble.
Bumble.
Stop it.
I've been.
That's just on it. That's just on it.
It's
That's just on it.
It's the
It's
best.
like boom, 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 the
You
game.
don't know what Bumble is?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm
You
old school.
you swipe and the girl has to hit you up.
Oh!
So if you end up matching, the girl hits you up. So you know when she hits you up, it's what's up. It's legit. Anybody's never been
You know
on
what I'll be
Bumble?
looking on his phone for.
Oh, my gosh.
Look for
That's
me,
so
Matt
good.
Ferraiolo on Bumble.
Okay, here you go.
Just kidding.
He wants to die today.
Oh, my goodness.
You guys seen this?
Okay. Actress to play you in a TV show about you.
You can't make this up. This is amazing.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
Okay.
Your favorite album ever?
Shit, corn.
How did I know that?
Dream fight. So what we'll say is dream promotion to be a ring girl at.
UFC.
Okay.
Your go-to show or movie?
Shit, 300.
All right.
One each. This is it.
In their prime, Tyson or Ali?
Tyson.
I don't know if I'm Muhammad Ali.
Tyson. God dang it. We should have skipped this one because this is more a girl. That was
I'll answer.
your favorite clothing brand.
Oh, yeah.
Fashion Nova. I could get a sponsorship.
Victoria's Secret.
My man. My man.
Not for me. I
Wait,
like-
so
I
hold
like-
on. So you're taking me on a shopping spree? Is that what you're saying at Victoria's Secret?
Yeah, let me get your credit card. I got you.
After that Bumble comment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you owe me.
I got the backup. Hey,
That was
baby, you want-
that
you
was
want steak and
bananas.
shake?
That
You
was
want
good.
some steak
That
and
was
shake?
bananas. That was good. We got to do that every one. Guys, thank you so much for checking in. This episode will be on all podcast platforms. You can download it, share it to a friend, share it to a neighbor, share it to an enemy. Also on YouTube. Fight Bananas on YouTube. This whole video will be on it. You can just watch it over and over again on a loop. That's fine. We'll take it. We'll take the views. Appreciate it. Awesome. Have a great night.
Guys.
We'll see you guys later.
Peace.
Shocker.
The shocker.